Ta-da. Now you should hear me. Yes, I see some signal here, so you probably can hear me now. Yeah, that's thanks. Yeah, it's always an issue here. I have this intro, intro video, and there's audio in there, but for some reason the audio is not playing. And I listened to, I read a lot. I read a lot into a lot in into how that could be possible, and a lot of people say the same things, but for some reason it's not working. And the other thing is that my microphone is still audible when that intro is playing, so something goes wrong over there. I don't know what. So yeah, good evening. Not sure if some guys came from Bearded Tinker. Took Bearded Tinker about 30 minutes to get sound. Really? I don't think so. But thanks. Yeah. So again, another Ask Me Anything, which is about, basically you guys. What questions do you have? And maybe I can answer them. I also have some other stuff to show. I ran into something really interesting last week, which I will probably make a video of, and I might show something this evening also about it. At least it's evening on my side. It can be in the morning on your side, of course. Hello, everybody. I already see a lot of questions coming in, so that's really cool. So first things, I have a really busy week. My study started again, and I have to balance a little bit in creating videos, doing research on things, and trying to study and work. So yeah. I see a lot of questions. Hi, Walter. Hello. Yep, I saw your question. Long-term statistics. Yeah, I think I already. Oh, hello. I see Bearded Tinker, and the viewers just joined. So, hey, Andre. So, I think I already answered that. I do the long-term statistics with InfluxDB. I can show you something later today. I must say that I didn't use it for a while, but maybe it's a nice idea to hey, Johnny, maybe it's a nice idea to show you already some things. Hey, William. Oh my God, people are pouring in. It was quite some time ago when I set that up, and actually that works really good. Let's do this live, see what happens. It was quite some time that I've set it up, so probably it won't work not that perfect anymore, but let's see. I'm going to go over to this screen, which is my production environment of Home Assistant. I also have another environment running here, and this is the nightly build. So this is where actually all the latest stuff is in. But let's go to to my production environment. So there, if you want to do long-term statistics, you can use something which is called InfluxDB, and you can find that in settings, and then go to add-ons. And there is, I hope I still have it running. Oh, InfluxDB. Oh, actually, I haven't started it, so I'm not really using it anymore. But I can just start it again and let's see what happens. I can do show in sidebar. Well, I'm not sure. No, I'm not doing show in sidebar. So InfluxDB is basically a database where you can store long-term data, and it's stored in quite a nice way. And what you can do is you can use InfluxDB together with Grafana to create really nice graphics. So if I open the web UI of InfluxDB, it's actually it's more than a year ago that I saw this. So it might be that it's not even working. So let's see. It looks like it's not doing anything here. Oh yeah, yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, so probably we won't see a lot here today because, well, the database hasn't been running for a long time. So that is a little bit of a bummer now. But it will well, it will fill itself. And also what I do is that's actually a very nice tip for everybody. I see, save out your question with your backup in Home Assistant more than 3 gigabytes. Most of the time that is because of the history. And sorry, I have a problem with my throat. So I hope you're not deaf now by me coughing. So let's take that first step first, is that you can determine what sensors and what information you want to have in your database or not. It might be that you already know that, but for that, I'm going to my configuration.yaml. I'm going to edit that configuration.yaml. Unfortunately, we still have to do this with editing configuration.yaml. I already asked a couple of times to add something in Home Assistant to do this manually. Actually, I didn't propose to do that for the Hacktober thing, but okay, let's go to Studio Code Server. And then we go to the my configuration.yaml. And actually, we're already there. So I'm going to show this for the recorder first. Oh, this is nice. I'm going to show this for the recorder first, but then I'm also going to show you that for InfluxDB, which is Jaap, his question, has to do with Jaap, his question. So what you can do with the recorder is actually you can include and exclude entities. And what I did is that I include domains and entities. So basically, the only thing that I want to show, the only thing that I want to see in my history is every automation. So when every automation is triggered, so that I can see the history of when automations have been triggered. And the other domains I didn't include. So basically, if I choose include, it means that it only includes these things, right? In the history. You can also say exclude, then it means that it only excludes those things and then it includes the rest. But I only want to include things. And what I did is I mentioned entered all the entities here that, oh wait, I always make this mistake. It's not really a mistake, but it can be easier if you see, one moment. Okay, like this. So now we have this shiny yellow dot, so it's easier to see. So what I do is I included, I entered all the entities here that I want to see in my history. And that is not such a really, well, it's not a really big list compared to all the entities that I have in my Home Assistant. But this means that only for these entities, the history is being stored. And this saves you a lot of writing time to your whatever you store your Home Assistant on. But if you still have an SD card, it will definitely lengthen the life of your SD card. So that is one thing. And you can also do that for InfluxDB. So that is actually what I wanted to go to, is that I did the same for InfluxDB. And I said, okay, I have some sensors here that I want to include in my history, my long-term history. Now, I must say that I didn't use this for probably over a year. So might be that these entities are no longer valid. So this is a little bit iffy what I'm doing now. But if I go back to my Influx DB, there, yeah, well, momentarily you don't see that much. So I can explore all the data that I have in here. Let's see. I think do I have to go here? Oh, this is so long ago that I used this. Anyways, the only thing that you need to know basically is that InfluxDB only stores data for a very long time. Well, you can store long-term data with InfluxDB. And then there is another tool, and that tool is called Kafana. And Kafana is also a thing that I don't have running anymore because it's gray. But let's start it. So what I will do is I will let it run until the next asks me anything, and then probably it will be filled with data, so you can see more of it. Actually, I created a video about this a long time ago. You know, it was still, I was just starting with this whole video business, so it's not that an advanced video, but it does show you how it works. So I'll give you just a little bit of an idea which video it is. My channel. Oh, go to videos. It is somewhere here. Insane statistics in Home Assistant. That explains exactly, Jaap, especially for you, that explains exactly how you can set up InfluxDB and Grafana, and that you can create really nice graphics. The only downside of it is that the graphics do not work instantly on your Home Assistant dashboard. So you get a separate dashboard for that. There are some ways to show it, but yeah, that is the downside for now. But let's open Grafana just to see if it if it shows something, because it's my old setup. Yeah, no data, no data. Yeah, that's not that's not strange, because it's set to 2 days so far. But probably if I go back in time and I'm going to previous year, still nothing. Okay, so then it might be even older. Last 5 years. Here we have some information. So now you basically see that I didn't use this very long. Is that true what I'm saying? Because it now seems that it's picking up something from 2022. So I might have been running this in between. But I created some dashboards here. So for instance, power this week. And then it shows the well, it's a little bit, it's now really empty. So that is not really nice to show. Weather this week, maybe not last 7 days. No, let's say last 5 years. Yeah, that is now a little bit difficult to show because it's oh, okay. No, here we go. I can just click on it and then I get some information. So this is basically, oh, this, I guess I had this running somewhere between July and October this year. No, sorry, August this year. So I have some data here, but you can store actually all data in this. Maybe I can choose another dashboard on the same. Let's say what is system. No. Okay, click it. Look, I can also. So I have some information here. So in Grafana, you can create really nice graphics, and it is well. If you really want to know how it works, go to this video, Insane Statistics in Home Assistant, and then you will probably find your way there. So yeah, I would say use InfluxDB together with Grafana to have your long-term statistics, and you can create all kinds of graphics here. Maybe I can. Oh, no, I don't want another panel. Oh, wait a minute. I also had a Corona thing last 5 years. No, it's not. I don't have it running, so I will keep this running for in the next couple of weeks and see what happens. And then in the next Ask Me Anything, I'm going to show you what's in here. So yeah, that is the long-term statistics thing. Oh, great job! I already see your thing. Uh, yeah, you're right, Bearded Thinker. It is the question was about long-term data, so that was why I was showing InfluxDB and not MariaDB. So yeah, you missed something. Let's see if there are other things. I'm going to the top of the chat. Okay, let's see. I have a few motion sensors that sometimes continually report motion when there isn't any. And you have to wave at them and wait for them to send the right status. Is there any way to pull the sensors to send the current status? Like an automated pull of all sensors to send their current status and update Home Assistant. Actually, I already read this before the stream started because you added this to the stream already. Sorry, to the chat already. And I'm thinking about motion sensors sometimes continually report motion. So that's actually already something that I find quite weird that is doing that. What you can do, but with if you mean with pulling the sensors, what you can do is that you can. Oh, wait a minute. There's a lot of things going on here. Okay. So what you can do is, of course, create an automation to see what the status is, but you really shouldn't have to do that. So I'm wondering why it continually reports motion. Maybe I don't know what motion sensors what they are. Maybe they are very sensitive, and there is something that they are picking up which they shouldn't pick up. I think it's more the solution is more in that direction than in creating automations to pull them. The thing is, I believe, but correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, that these, Home Assistant works on events. So if the automations also trigger on events. So what happens is that a certain event comes into Home Assistant sees that event and then does something. So Home Assistant is basically listening for events. And that also works with motion sensors. So if the motion sensor detects motion, it will send an event and it will say, I detected motion. It's a little bit more complicated like that, but I'm trying to keep it simple too, so that you can understand. I hope you can understand. The thing is that pulling these, so trying to get information from these motion sensors, you can do that, but you're not. You get then the current status of that thing, and not. So let's say the last event. So not. I don't think you can actually make the motion sensor trigger again. So that is the thing that makes it a little bit different. Okay. So yeah, automated pull of all sensors, and the thing is, you also don't want that, huh? Because if you have motion sensors, they are mostly battery powered, and if you are going to pull them a lot, and it was possible to actively pull them in the sense of getting the actual how would I say that they actually do something, then your battery would drain within 2 days or so. So that's not what you want. Other question. As you know, the light and the toilet are together with the ventilator. Sometimes I don't want the ventilator come on in the toilet because I'm there. Do you have any idea how could be separately work. Okay, Django. This is I need a little bit more information for this because, but I will try to do some assumptions here. So. Okay. Oh, wait. I think the assumption that I can safely make is that you're saying when I turn on the lights, the ventilator also turns on. So with a switch. So basically, both um, devices, appliances, whatever, have the same power source. That's what I think what you're saying. If you want to have them to work separately, then that is definitely possible. But I'm not sure if it's possible if they both have the same power source. What I would say then is that you use maybe a smart bulb for your light and use a Shelly to control your ventilator, and then make sure that there is constant power on both. So basically, you are well, you have to do something with your power lines. So you have to make sure that there is constant power to the light bulb. Put a smart light bulb in there. Yeah, you can also use a Shelly for the light bulb, of course. But if you want to switch it, I might think that well, there are multiple solutions, but you have to do something in your power supply there, and then use either two Shellys or a light bulb and a Shelly. Or a smart bulb and a Shelly to make this work. That's just my first thought. Okay. Smart thinking. Dear always, my home assistant detect that I'm away from home, although that I am home. Don't know why. Yeah, that might. Well, the most obvious reason for that is that your tracking device is not connected to your person entity. So I'm going to show that. I'm not sure if this is actually your problem, but that would be the first thing that I would try to look at. So let's change this a little bit. Sorry about that. So what you can do is if you go to, well, basically you see it here. You see that I'm at home and that my girlfriend is at home at the moment. And in your case, it's saying that you're away. It can, I think I also talked about this in the last stream, but it's actually quite simple because when you go to settings and you go to people, you find all the people that are in your house. And if you click, in your installation, not in your house. Sorry about that. So if you click on your name, you can add tracking devices. And well, I have two, and that has a reason because I do track my presence with my phone. So using the Home Assistant Companion app on my phone. And I do my tracking using my router. So I'm looking if my phone is in the house and I'm looking if my phone is connected to Wi-Fi. And if my phone is connected to Wi-Fi, I also know that I'm, well, at least very close to my house. So this is the first thing that I would search for. Smart thinking is that I would look into this if your tracking devices are connected to your person's entity, and if the correct tracking device is connected to this. Because what I sometimes, well, what I had was I had something changed in my phone and then it didn't work anymore. Oh wait, maybe that is the issue that you have. Yeah, that can be because there was an issue with an update of Home Assistant. No, not with the update of Home Assistant, sorry. With the update, okay, this is actually a good thing to talk about because there are multiple ways to solve this. There was the new version of iOS on, if you have an iPhone. And when you have this new version of iOS and you have changed the name of your phone to something else than iPhone, then suddenly your Home Assistant couldn't track you anymore. And that was, I don't know why that was, but what happened was that after I changed, okay, so I had, how I'm going to explain this so everybody understands this. Okay. So what I had was in my Home Assistant that my iPhone was called iPhone Mqtt, like this, iPhone Mqtt. And when I updated iOS on my phone to iOS 16, I believe it's now, right? Then suddenly my phone was recognized in Home Assistant as iPhone. So all my automations that sended information to my phone didn't work anymore. I was not home anymore. And that was really strange because it got a different name. I'm not actually sure. Well, let's say it was at least true for all the automations that I wrote. So what I did was I went through all the automations and actually the very nice function of Home Assistant, which is called repairs. Oh, repairs. So that's under settings and then system. And then why is it so slow today? And then repairs showed me also errors. So I went through all my automations and changed everything back to iPhone. And then I came, and then I found out that there was an easier way to do that. But that was, of course, after I changed everything. And that is by going, I cannot change, I have to show you the screen like this, but I'm going to show you. So when you go to your, let's see. So when you go to your Home Assistant app on your phone, you go to the menu. Oh, so is it visible? Yeah, to the menu, and then you go to settings. Ooh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, you go to settings, and then you go to companion app. So this is the companion app, and there you go to your name. I think it's that. Yeah. So there you go to your name. So I'm now in my account. And there you see the device name. So there. Okay, there. And you see that it's now iPhone. So what I also could have done was changing that name to iPhone Mqtt, and all my automations should start working immediately. So it might be that if you what you're saying here is that your thing is not working. Did I really say that? That your thing is not working? That your Home Assistant detects that you're away. It might be because of that reason. So yeah. Okay. Disco Candy. Hi, Freddy. I want to send MQTT messages to external device from Home Assistant. Is it possible? I think so. From an external device to a Home Assistant. Oh no, sorry, to an external device from Home Assistant. I must say I'm not such an expert in MQTT, so I would have to look into that. I did look into MQTT a while back and how it works, but I do not have the information currently available in my head. Maybe I have. Let's see. One moment. It might be that I have still. Let me check one thing. That I still have it in my MQTT. No. Oh no, it skips. Yeah, I can do that. Wait, I will just share my screen and then see. I think I created an mqtt.yaml. The thing is, the only thing is that this device is also part of my Home Assistant setup. So I did some test here. I did a test. I created a sensor and a switch in MQTT. And the sensor was reading and the switch was sending, but it sends it through. Yeah, okay. So if that external device connects to your MQTT broker in Home Assistant, then you can send it. If you know what the state topic is of that external device, and you know what the payload is, so what the value is that you can send to it, then you can do that. So there is, I think it's actually explained on the MQTT. Let's see, Home Assistant MQTT. I had to think a little bit more about how it works. So you have this page, Home Assistant IO Integrations MQTT, and there's a lot explained about how it works. So it's how you set it up, but there's also a version. No, there's also a page that explains more. I think this is about discovery. So this is about discovery, but there's also an option that shows you how to send information, and I think that's the other one then. Publish and dump services, probably. Publishing messages to MQTT, yeah. So yeah, short answer is yes, you can. And then yeah, of course, it depends what your MQTT device is, what the payload is, and the message. So that that is too specific to show in general. Maybe I can create a video once and how it works, and how you can find your topics and stuff in MQTT. That might be a good idea. From Belgium. Okay, kind of a fringe home automation question, but what kind of home network are you using? I'm not sure what you mean with a home network. I'm having quite a simple network, I think. Just 1 gigabyte network. Goedenavond, good morning. Okay. Michael also answered that question already. I have a little filament bulb connected via Zigbee to MQTT, and when there is power cut, it becomes on. How can I fix the return state to always off? To always off, I don't know. That is maybe. Let's see. Let's just see. I created a video again. I create videos that can help you in setting it back to the latest status, and that is this video, restore light state. Oh, restored light state. That, okay, this one. No, don't play it. Restore light state. That actually is a trick to do that, but I think it's also possible. Let's go to Zigbee to MQTT, but I think it depends on the light, on the specific lamp. Let's just pick one here, and let's see if we can find it. Yeah, power on behavior. So if you have the power on behavior, so when the device is powered on, you can say it's always off, it is as the previous state, or it is on. So this is the easiest way. So I would say, yeah, I cannot pronounce your name, sorry, but go to your Zigbee to MQTT settings, go to exposes, and check this. Is this also recorded to watch later in slow motion? Yes, it is, Maiko. This is recorded. All the Ask Me Anything videos are recorded, can be viewed afterwards. And actually, a lot of people are doing that. I was quite surprised that people are watching these live streams afterwards. So there is information there. Sometimes I try to create chapters in these live streams, because this can really help you guys in finding the desired topic. But it is quite a tedious job to do that, so I don't always have the time. Oh, Tiske, yeah, okay. You are saying that you did the includes and excludes, indeed. Now, that's a good idea. Let's go to the chat. And like that you can create graphs with power cost per device. Yes. No, okay, now we are catching up. Okay, thank you. It doesn't have that field. Yeah, that really depends on the light. So we're talking about what I just was saying in Zigbee to MQTT, that you have some spots or some lights where you can set the power on behavior, and that it depends on. I guess it depends on what kind of light bulb it is. I do have a little light bulb in my scullery. Let's see what that's saying. Scullery. Yeah. So this is also from Little, and it doesn't have that state in that indeed. And then you can use that video that I created to restore your last light state. Indeed. I knew I created this video for a reason. Live stream is nice to watch back during a slow Friday at work. Oh, really? Do you have slow Fridays? I wish I had slow days at all. But yeah, it's not really possible at the moment. Okay, I'm going to scroll back because I missed some things here. I run Android. Yeah, good for you. Oh yeah, I'm back in. Let's see. Kafana's not for you. Just use my. I can't use my right. Okay. Save, can I separate the data? It's possible to save it in different location. I think you can if you create a Mariah DB on another server or somewhere. You can and you can connect to that server. Then you can save the data over there. Because when you set up Mariah DB add-ons, then I think well, that database password wasn't really my best thing to show, but also not a password that is publicly known. I say reachable. When you go to Studio Code Server and I go to configuration of YAML, I think I can set that I'm using the Mariah DB. Oh yeah, it's a secret URL. So I'm not opening my secrets.yaml. Sorry, but you can install MariahDB on a different server, and then if you have a URL for that, then you can just store your data on that different server, I believe. I never did that, but in theory it should work. Do you know about an alternative for Zigbee dimmer switches like Shelly? I have in my junction box that at this moment are paired with light switches. Oh, like Shelly I have in my junction box at this moment are paired with light switches which lose connection after a power loss. I don't really use switches in my house. My house is almost everything is motion sensor, so I don't. I would have to look into that, Ruben. I have a U-bridge. So, I'm going too far, too fast. Where are you? I have a U-bridge as well, but not able to connect these. Is it easier with Shelly? I don't know. Hi, I'm running HA in a Docker desktop on a Windows computer. Do you know a way to set up the Zigbee dongle passing through the USB port to the container? I can't find any info about this. Yes, I know. Yeah. So, oh, wait, you are doing it through Docker. Okay. Oh, okay. No, I wanted to show you that I do it through VirtualBox. And in VirtualBox, well, I can show you in VirtualBox. I think in Docker it's also possible because I have some Docker things running on my Synology NAS, but I cannot really show you that, I believe. But there is a possibility to expose your USB port. Maybe someone else in the chat that has Docker installed and does that. Maybe someone else can help. So let's help each other. But you can also do it in VirtualBox because I have it running in VirtualBox here. And what you can do here is now I have to think where I have to go. Maybe I have to stop it before I can do that. Settings. No, I don't have to stop it. So you have these USB ports here, and what you can do is, you know, I get this question a lot. Yeah, I got Home Assistant installed in VirtualBox, and now my USB, I cannot see my Zigbee stick. So what you have to do is you have to add USB devices here. So you can add that by clicking on a plus, and then choose the USB device that you want to expose to your virtual machine, and then you're fine. Then it's visible after that. And I think it's in Docker. It's also possible, but I'm not sure how to do it in Docker because I don't have my Home Assistant running in Docker. So if somebody else knows, be my guest. Oh, somebody else already asking. Hi, Ed. I have around 15. Wow. I have about 15 power plugs in my house. Is there an easy way to cost calculate per plug which high and low tariff? Really a shame the energy dashboard does not cater for that. With high and low per, I would have to look into that. I would have to look into that, how that works. Easy way to cost calculate per plug with high and low. I don't know an easy way, so I would have to think about that. Oh, so Tiske, you called Apple for it. So that's for the phone issue with iOS 16. More apps gave the wrong device names. Oh, also Microsoft Authenticator. Okay. Yeah, well, in the meantime, I fixed it all on my side, but it's great if they have a solution for that. Hey, do you know a way to extract and plot data from Inflexible Db without Kafana? No, I don't. I only use it with Kafana. It might be that there is a way, but then I have to look into that. That's too big for now. Do you have an experience with generic hydrostat or anything similar? I'm trying to make an exhaust fan automation based off shower humidity. Yes, I do have that, to be honest. Let's see where it is. One of those puppies lying over here. Actually, So what I'm doing with that is that I use this thing. That is the Akara humidity, temperature, and pressure sensor. It's really small, as you can see, because this is my finger. It is Zigbee. It works really nice. I have a couple of these things in my house. I really like Zigbee, and so this thing I have on my in my shower. Well, not in my shower, but not in, you know. So in the cupboard, I have it on the cupboard in my shower, and I have a Shelly 2.5, Shelly 2.5, which is this thing. Let's show you. Where are we? So this is a Shelly 2.5. And what you can do with this Shelly 2.5 is that you can switch two switches at once. And what I did with that thing is that, oh, okay. So what and I have an automation. Oh, well, let me show the automation, and you also see that. So we go to automations and scenes, and then search for hot room. No, that's also not. Fan. Switch fan based on humidity. So I created this automation, and this sensor here is the multi-sensor, which you see in this automation. So when the multi-sensor humidity is above 80, I have one trigger that I call humidity high. Bathroom multi-sensor humidity is above 80. Or I have another one, it's below 80, and then I'm saying below 80 for 5 minutes. This can be different in your case. So 80 works fine for me. For some people, 70 works better. It's just the humidity that works best in your, you know, what I basically want is that my mirror doesn't get glazed or whatever the name is, condensed, you know, that you cannot see through it anymore. And that works fine for me if I put it the humidity on 80. So, and then I have I also have a time condition. Oh, yeah, I created a time condition that it has to be in the morning. Sorry, it has to be during the day between 6 a.m. and well, almost 12 a.m. Because I don't want to have false positives during the night. And then I think I had, it's not really needed, but I had an issue somewhere that in the middle of the night the fan turned on, and I didn't want to have that anymore. There are different ways to do this, of course. Maybe it's a nice idea to show you how I do that with, for instance, lights, that I have an option that I can make sure that all my light automations do not work during the night, which is strange because, well, during the night you do want light, but the thing is, we have a cat, and we have actually quite a big cat, because we have a Maine Coon, and those are these huge cats, and that cat is walking through the house on the ground floor, and then all the lights turn on. So I don't want to have that at night. So I have 3 actions here. When triggered by humidity high, so when the humidity is high, then turn on bathroom fan channel 2. So this is my Shelly 2.5 that turns on. And when triggered by humidity low, then this is actually an old automation, because normally I would use now an if-then these days. But at the time when I wrote this, there was no if-then action available in Home Assistant. So I only had to choose action at that moment. So if the humidity is low, then turn off that channel. So it's actually quite simple to build. I don't think it's very difficult, but maybe your use case is more complex, than how I understand it to be. Hi, James from Brazil. Hi, James from Brazil. I was able to rearrange that automation for away mode and discovered that if someone moves into another Wi-Fi connection different from HA, it shows them as away. Okay. I was able to rearrange that automation for away mode and go so that someone moves onto another Wi-Fi connection different from HA. Yeah, but isn't that how that should work? So if you move way into another Wi-Fi connection, oh, you might mean that you have different Wi-Fi networks in your house. Yeah, it's always the presence detection works best with multiple devices, to be honest, and multiple ways to see that. So what you're doing, James, is basically seeing if somebody is home based on if he's connected to your Wi-Fi router. That's what I think. And then if you have multiple access points, SSIDs, then yeah, then you might have an issue in there. Indeed, I don't know. Then another question: which hardware are you running your Home Assistant? I run my production environment on the Home Assistant Blue. That is basically an Odroid N2 Plus. And that works really well, to be honest, in my house. And I have a test environment which I run in what is it, VirtualBox on my Windows machine, because I only want to run that. I'm not having that online all day. I'm only testing things on that. Windows is very picky. It could be the case that it's even not possible at all when you use Linux as a host. Oh, okay, that's not for me. I just bought an ambient weather station, and because I live in an apartment complex, some of the sensors do not provide accurate readings. How can you pull data from sensors from other users? I don't have that weather station, so I don't know if it's possible to get that from that. I don't know that platform, so yeah, that might be difficult. Yeah, indeed, Tiske, using MQTT Explorer, that is indeed very handy. That was what I was also thinking about. If I'm going to create a video about MQTT, I would definitely show MQTT Explorer. But that video can be a rabbit hole. So I have to think very carefully about what topics exactly I would show in that video, because it can be a very long video. Yeah, Johnny, you cannot publish links in the chat. So if you send it through Discord, to my Discord, then I can put it in the chat for you if you want to. Let's see if somebody's actually doing this already. No. Okay. Okay. Philip has a good question, which is, I think, doable to do in this session. So, hi, I'm looking for an idea and a way to change the scene in a specific zone with one button on remote. Philip, oh, where am I? Because now I have so many screens open. Philip, I'm not sure if you want to cycle through scenes or just switch one scene. If you want to go cycle through scenes, then it is a little bit more difficult. It's actually a question that is asked before, and it's on my list also to create a video that you have just, let's say, just one button that you click, and that every time when you click you get a different scene. I think I think this might be with a specific zone. I think this might be what you're actually asking. If that's not true, then let me know in the chat. But I will. I can definitely create a video that cycles through scenes. Okay. Can we use values from the energy dashboard into our own dashboards automations? Total solar production of today, this week, this month, this year, without making a series of utility meters. I don't know, actually. I haven't tried that. Oh, Philip saying super. Okay, so I guess I interpreted your question correctly. I never tried that, to do that, to get that information weekly. Maybe we can, let's see if we can find something. I'm going to developer tools, states, maybe services. Let's see. No. States. Maybe I don't think so. It's a good question. I think I created this one myself. Yeah, this is coming from my smart meter. That's actually well, it is Dutch software, and it's, unfortunately, I don't think there is an English version, so this might not be easy for everybody to follow. But if you have a smart meter, then it's really cool software to connect your home assistant, because what you can do is you can connect your smart meter to Home Assistant during a P1 cable, P1 USB cable. But in that case, you have to store to put your Home Assistant server close to your smart meter. And that was what I had in the beginning, but it was not really what I wanted, because what I really wanted to have was my Home Assistant server in my studio, and my smart meter somewhere else. So I was looking for a solution for that, and the solution is there, and it's actually a very nice solution. I can show you how it looks on my install. It is in Dutch. I haven't found an English version, because if there was an English version, I would have shown you this already in a video. But it actually shows you the values of your electricity use and your gas use, and it works really well. And the thing is, this can be integrated with Home Assistant quite easily. So what you do is you go to this site, I think is no. Okay. So it is called P1 Monitor. Maybe there is an English version, and I didn't look correctly. So there is this tool, P1 Monitor, and then it's saying, I always get you are not on the latest version, so I go to the archive page, and there you can download software. So it is in Dutch, but you can translate it to Google Translate and stuff. Install it on a Raspberry Pi. So it is a Raspberry Pi image, and it runs instantly. So what you do is that Raspberry Pi, if you have like an old Pi, Pi 3 works already fine with it. I think even a Pi 2 will work with it. Then you install that software on that Pi, And in Home Assistant, so let's go back to Home Assistant. I really like this thing. It's unfortunate that it's in Dutch, but in Home Assistant you have integration which is called P1 Monitor, and if I open it, then you get all this data that comes from your smart meter, and so for instance gas consumption, and you can see what the gas consumption is over time. But also the current phase is not working with me. It depends on what kind of smart meter you have. But where is it? Energy consumption. There is an energy consumption, a current consumption. Where is it? Power consumption. So you see at the moment I use 1000 watts in my house. And also for the gas, there is also, I think, a gas consumption. Is that energy? Gas consumption. Oh, this is total. Not sure where that other one is. But you get a lot of information here. And the great thing is that you don't have to put your Home Assistant server close to your smart meter. That was actually what I wanted to show. Why am I answering this? Because we were talking about, oh yeah, the energy dashboard. So I don't know where to get that without to create those utility meters, Bart. I get a question here about Z-Wave. I do not have any Z-Wave devices in my house, so I cannot answer that. Maybe I have to look into that, but the thing is that yeah, I only use Zigbee, and I can do Z-Wave too, but yeah, I mean, everything costs money and stuff, so yeah. I add, oh, wait, I'm scrolling too fast. One moment. Sometimes it's going really fast. I'm looking for a solution with an automation for the following. I have multiple motion sensors in the kitchen. How do I make an automation where the lights stay on while there's movement? Oh, yeah. So you have multiple motion sensors in the kitchen, right? So I believe that one motion sensor is not enough. That's what I understand. What you need to do here, that's actually quite a simple way to do it, is that you can create groups. You can put your motion sensor into groups. So you go to settings, then you go to helpers of devices and scenes, sorry, then you go to helpers, and then you're going to create a new helper, and you're going to create a group. And the group is a binary sensor group. So you go to binary sensor group, you give this group a name. So let's say my motion sensors and doors. And then you are going to choose all the motion sensors that you want to put in a group. So in your case, it will be the kitchen motion sensor 1 and kitchen motion sensor 2, probably. Not sure what the names are, but let's say they are. So that's that name. So for instance, I would say motion sensor. Okay, wait, office motion. So I have an office motion sensor. No, this one has to go. And I have an office entrance motion sensor, for instance. So now you can do two things. Well, okay, that so yeah, so okay, you can submit this and save it, but there's this option, all entities. And what this option means is that if I put this to on, then it means that this new sensor that I'm creating here, which is called my motion sensors, will only switch to on if both other sensors are to on. And it will only switch to off if both other sensors are to off. But that's not what you want, because what you want is that this is turned off. Because what you want is that if there's motion in the kitchen, and if one of these two motion sensors pick up motion, the lights stay on in your kitchen. So keep this to off. So submit these. Okay, so now I have a group, my motion sensors. And basically, this thing is now a new sensor that shows if there's motion on one of the two motion sensors. So if you have this thing now, you can use this My Motion Sensors, let's say virtual device, it's a group, in your automations. So then you would go to settings, automations and scenes. You go to automations, create an automation, and start with an empty automation. And then create a trigger. And I would say a state trigger. And the entity is then your new My Motion Sensors. And then you can choose on or off here. So when this value turns to off, then within actions, you're going to say turn on the lights. And when this goes to off, for instance, for 3 minutes or so, then in actions, you would say turn off the lights. So I hope that's clear. Now let's remove it because I don't want to have that group in my own system. Motion sensors. Oh, delete it. Okay, and we're back. So Mqtt, I hope I answered your question with this. Okay. Hi, I have 4. Igor. Hi. I have 4 Zigbee light dimmers. I had dimmer sliders on my dashboard to change the brightness of light. Since I've updated to H8 2022.10, my sliders are unavailable and entities disappeared. The dimmer sliders on your dashboard, Igor, are probably the slider button cards from Hex, and they are removed in Hex. Slider entity row, oh, it's still there. Now maybe you can use slider entity row. That's this. Oh, sorry. So I was going to Hex and going to front end, and then slider. We have this slider entity row function card. Then you can create very easy, simple sliders. That they are disappeared with version 2022.10. I'm not sure why that is. That can be multiple reasons. I would have to look into that on your system to see what exactly is going on your system. That's not. I don't have a clear answer. But that. Yeah. So Mqtt, oh yeah, not an ignition, but also the remainder of the time there are people in the kitchen. Yeah, that is just. I think your question, Mqtt, I already answered it, and there's also a hint into the fact that if you turn off your lights based on an automation, that in the trigger you should say the for time should be a couple of minutes. So do not turn off immediately when there's no motion detected. No, turn off while there hasn't been motion detected for a period of time. So for 3 minutes or so. So if somebody is standing really still, then he has to stand really still for 3 minutes. And most of the time you have moved in that time frame. So yeah. Thank you, Django, for your support. It really helps. It's great. Yeah, because guys, I'm doing this. I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm getting paid by you and by you guys who sponsor me. And sometimes I have a company that sponsors me for creating a video, but those are really small a small fee. So yeah, I need your support. Otherwise, it's not possible to keep doing this for a long time. I have a mortgage. I have children. Okay. I'm not going to say that. It's awkward. Oh, Rob, there is an option with Mqtt that will hold a persistent value. Yeah, that is true indeed. Does not work on a toilet. Yeah, Buff Plus, that doesn't work on a toilet. You are right, but I have the solution for that. That is, where is this video? Toilet occupancy, the ultimate toilet occupancy sensor. Watch that one. And then your problem in the toilet is gone. As long as you have power in the toilet, you can create this. So yeah, that might help for your toilet. Okay, I'm going back. There's an option within. Thank you, Rob. Michael, about the tracking, how did you set up detection if the Wi-Fi is connected to the router? Is there an apart video on it? No, but I can show you now. It depends a little bit on what your router, what kind of router you have, because the router that I have is TP-Link Deco M9. Deco M9. And I know it also works on Ubiquiti, but on the Deco M9, you have a hex integration that is called TP-Link Deco. That's this one. And with this integration, you can see if somebody is in the house or not. And this, because this integration actually adds tracking. I always forget the right name. Okay, let's see. What's the name again? Tracking devices. So that's what it. That's what the TP-Link Deco M9 integration does. But I know Ubiquiti does that too. So if you go then to settings and I go to devices and services and I go to, I think I have now also a TP-Link here, TP-Link Deco here. I have 14 devices, or maybe I should use the entities. Yeah, I have to go to the entities, I think. Oh, no. Wait. Integration. TP. Ah, that's unfortunate. Let me do it like this. That's unfortunate. 89 entities. So you see that I have now all the devices that are connected to my router are visible in this TP-Link integration. And that means that I also see these are tracking devices. Oh, well, actually, this is, yeah, this, let's say this is the tracker, so device tracker. So that's how I use that. So you see that some things are connected. Bedroom Deco, BH7050. There are some phones also, iPhone. This is not connected, but this one is connected. This one is connected. A laptop of my daughter is not connected. So I can see exactly what is connected to my system. So yeah, this is how I use that, Michael. Tiske, my home assistant DB is 1.2 gigabytes. Is that a problem? When will it get too big? I don't know. Can it ever get too big? Oh my God. I really should stop making these jokes. Or not. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I think it might be that your system will be more slow or something. But I use, we have a new member. Thank you. Chalupa, thank you being a member. If you go watch, if you're a member now, you became a member. Go watch all the posts below my on my channel, and you will see the link to the new video that will be published tomorrow. But because you are a member now, you can watch it immediately. So let's see. So yeah, when will it get too big? I really don't know, Tieske. I use MariaDB, and I never had an issue with databases being too big, so I have no personal experience with it. Dear, I have some switches that not support to remember last status as I see that I can remember the last status through MQTT, right? Yes, I think you can. And I think there is also a persist option. I don't really use that. But I know I didn't really dive into that, but I know there is an option somewhere here. Where is it? Is it in settings? Retain. But I'm not sure about if this is the correct thing, to be honest. But that last status part is, yeah, indeed, you can use my video, which I already showed in this stream. The last status, you remember state, where is it? Restore light state, this one. That can help you if you cannot do it with MQTT. I'm trying to not forget somebody, or I hope I do that. Even the direct light on. Zone of switches are pretty good. Okay. There is actually well, let's try to find it. There is okay. There is a hack for the Akara door switches, which is really cool. Let's try to find it. Akara door switch hack light switch. Where is it? Where is it? Door switch. It's already quite an old thing. Let's see if we can find it. This was a really nice. No, I cannot find it. It was a really nice hack, but okay. Well, this is unfortunate. Let's give it one more chance. There's somebody who posted. Okay, well, I will try to find it, and then I will put it in the comments of this video if I found it, because it doesn't really make sense if I'm just trying to find it. It is already an old video. But no, it's not a video, but it was the post. Not sure if I can find it. Okay, all the time. Oh, by the way, for the guys who were watching the video of Bearded Tinker, which was really nice because it was all about energy. Energy is a hot thing in Europe. I'm not going to talk a lot about energy here because Bearded Tinker already used 2 hours of his time talking about energy, and I guess you got all the information already. But there was one thing that I sent in that chat, and he didn't show. He didn't show this, but it's actually a very nice idea. Actually, two friends of mine built this themselves. For me, it was a little bit too much to do, but it might be a very good, very nice idea for you guys too. So I'm going to show it now, and that is this idea. That is how you can build a soda can heater. So basically, what it is that it shows you are using old soda cans that work sort of like a solar powered heating for your house, and it works really well also in the winter, and it is passive, so you can make it active. You can make like fans in it, but you don't really need to. So let's go through this a little bit because it's a really nice thing to build, and it's not really difficult. So what you need is you need a lot of old soda cans. So that means you have to get really drunk before you can build this, and then make sure that you get sober before you start building this, because otherwise you have to get more bottles after that. And okay, anyways, not bottles, cans. So you have these empty soda cans or beer cans or whatever, and you open them on the other side too, and then you put them on top of each other here, so that air can flow through the cans from the bottom to the top. So you glue them together and you put them in a frame, and then you can paint them, spray paint them black, so that the sun has more effect on them. And the thing is that what these things do is that the warmth heats up, and then the warmth heats up, the air heats up, and then the air goes to the top of the cans, and on the top of the cans you make a vent, something that you will here they created it with a solar panel and a fan. That's also possible. But then you create this inside your house. You can also do it without the fan, and then warm air is coming into your house, and it works. It works really well. I've seen it working. It looks kind of cheesy, don't you think? If you see this and okay, this looks, this doesn't really look nice, but these friends of mine, they built this like they made it really perfect, also with the glass frame in front of it, and they have it hanging outside the wall, outside their house, and they made a hole in the wall, and they get warm air in there. It's getting really hot. So if you want to have a different idea of heating up your house and not using a heat pump or something, then you can build one or two of these things. And I'm not saying you can heat up your whole house with it. That's of course not possible, but some rooms, it might really work for some rooms. And I was actually quite surprised how good this worked. So yeah, if you don't have anything to do, then search for I searched for heating with soda cans, and then you find a lot of things about that. It's a really fun project to create if you are into do-it-yourself things. And then I think with if you have like an ESP32 with sensors also in that thing, then you can connect that also to Home Assistant and start monitoring how much warmth you get from your own created soda can heater. So yeah, that is I just wanted to show this because I think it's a really cool project to do it. especially if you have like young kids or like a son of 12 years old or something, and build it together with him. You know, that's also very educational. So yeah, um, I, I love to see if you guys will build something like this one day. Okay, there's a lot of chat activity. Browser mode. Yeah. Maybe I hope I'm not forgetting somebody. Do you have any experience with browser mod? Tobias, good question. Thomas Loven asked me to create a video. Well, he didn't really ask me. He asked all the creators to create a video about the new browser mod that he created. And the thing is, I wanted to do that, but I do not have a working tablet at the moment. And I think if I want to show you everything that browser mods can do, then I need to have a tablet to really show that. Thank you, Seva. I'm sure you're going to build that, and probably you are also going to do something with your 3D printer. By the way, oh wow, 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 whoa, 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 wow! I have my 3D printer running something at the moment. Let's see how far it is. Look at this. Why is it not? So maybe by the end of the stream, this is ready. This will be ready. So this is a articulated ocelot, ocelot, and it's actually a toy, but it's fun. So I was like, it would be fun to show you during this. I totally forgot. It would be fun to show you this. If you do axolotl, articulated axolotl. So it's currently, this is live. You see it printing, and you might know that I've been into 3D printing since well, a couple of weeks now, and I'm totally hooked on that. I have various things that I created, like this thing, which is actually quite fun. And this is a one, this is printed in one piece. That's awesome. You can just print these things, and it's like magic that works. And yeah, so I'm into 3D printing a lot, and so, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to monitor my 3D printer on a distance. And there is this really cool tool which is called Octoprint. So if you have a 3D printer, you can install Octoprint on your on a Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi you can connect to your 3D printer, and then you can basically do everything with. Let's see if I can put this back to the normal resolution. You can see a lot of things. You can see your dashboard, how long it will still need to print. I don't think I will stay for 2 hours and 14 minutes, unless you guys are pushing me and trying to get me to 10,000 subscribers this evening. Then I will stay that time. But I don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, so you see a lot of things, also the temperature, but and you can control your printer from a distance. There's a terminal also. You can create time lapses, and with Octolapse you can create really nice time lapses. I'm not doing that at the moment because creating time lapses are nice, but it also is hurting your print a lot, because then the print head has to go away from the print, then a snapshot is taken and it comes back, and then you get some drips and stuff. So I'm not really fond of that. In the beginning I thought it was big fun, but yeah. But this is, if you have a 3D printer, or if you want to buy it, I'm not going to make a lot of advertisement for it, but I did get this 3D printer. It's an Ender 3 Pro. I did get it for free from Banggood, so you can buy it from Banggood. I think I have a video somewhere with a link in it about it. It's the video about the toilet occupancy sensor. There is a link with a discount code for that printer. It really doesn't cost a lot, like $200. And but then, you know, you need to know with these Ender printers, they work really well, but they work really well after you've tweaked a lot of stuff. So I replaced some things, I printed some things. What you see here is, let's see, this is a BL Touch, or actually it's a 3D Touch, because it's like it's not the official version. But this thing, what you see here, that makes sure that the bed level is always level before it starts printing, and that changed a lot for me, because it basically helps to make sure that all, well, let's say 90% or 95% of your prints will be correct immediately. So that was a lifesaver for me. So let's see at the end of the stream how far this axolotl is. I don't think it will be much farther than this, because it's really small lines. But yeah. Okay, why did I get to this? Oh yeah, I got to this 3D printer stuff because Sevak, which is a really how do you say that? Loyal follower, is also working a lot with 3D printing, and I thought, well, if you are going to create this heating solar can thing that I just showed, then maybe you can also print some 3D things for it. I don't know. It is going to get hot in that thing, so don't use PLA. Okay, let's see. Next question. Oh yeah, question was about browser mod. Yeah, so I need to have I need to have a. Oh wow, I'm not thinking if I should do that, but okay. I need to have a new tablet before that. So now I'm going to do something completely different now. Something that I really want to show you, and that is because of that this is totally not Home Assistant related, but and totally not home automation related. But you might know that I've seen it a lot. Is that I'm also studying to become a music therapist, and that I'm working with mentally ill people, and I'm helping these people to become better as far as they can, because some people are really, they're schizophrenic, and they will never heal fully. But there is this also works for older people, for people with dementia, for instance, Alzheimer's. And there is one video that really touched me, and I think it is totally random what I'm doing now here, because it has nothing to do with Home Assistant at all. But I want to show you this because it really touched me, and I'm not sure if you can hear the sound. So give me a second, and I'm going to search for it. See it as an intermezzo between all the things we are doing with this Home Assistant stuff. I'm not sure if this is. Let's see. Yeah. So this lady. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can. One moment. I think I have to add. One moment. One moment. Is this working? Okay. What I will do is we'll do it different way. Yeah, and you're always you guys are thinking, what is this guy doing? So so this lady is she has Alzheimer's, and she was a dancer, so a ballet dancer, and she has Alzheimer's, and what they are doing here, and this is actually what this is the work that I'm doing also, not for older people but for some older people, and that shows you what the magic is that music can do with you. And I really wanted to show this. I mean, it's totally unrelated, and I totally understand if you think, what, I am not here for that, but do watch this. It's so they are going to let her listen to the Swan Lake, and then this happens. I hope you can hear it. Oh, okay. I just wanted to show this because I was so uh, well. I was really overwhelmed with this, to see, someone who is not, you cannot communicate with her anymore. She cannot talk. She's a fast stadium of Alzheimer's, and then they let her listen to the music that she danced to before, and everything came back. So that's the power of music, and that's why I'm doing this. That is also why I'm doing this channel, to help people like this. So now you know what in my motivation is to do this. I'm really touched with it. Sorry. Okay, let's have something else. I'm going back to the chat. I'm going all places. Oh, Tiske, thank you. Thank you, Tiske. Yeah, sorry, I'm I'm a little bit touched by this thing that I just showed you. Back to Home Assistant, where we are. You can put an Aqara water sensor in your drain to trigger bathroom ventilation. That's also a good idea, Jaap. I also heard another thing. I also heard another thing from someone else that he did, but he was a plumber. So what he did was he had like a heating sensor. Not sure if that is the correct word. Temperature sensor. Wow, heating sensor. A temperature sensor, and he connected that temperature sensor to the water pipe. The water pipe for the hot water. So if that can be above a certain temperature, then the ceiling fan went on. So I think that's also a very good thing to do that. But most of the time you have to do that with it, well, in your walls. Some people have these heating pipes on the wall, so then it's an easy solution. And maybe that's also a thing to do. Peter Grootveld, based on your tutorial, how to set up automations in Home Assistant tutorial, I've been trying to realize a simple automation in different ways, but I still don't succeed. Aqara door window sensor, Z-Wave plug intended to receive a notification on mobile when the door opens and closes, and to switch the Z-Wave plug on and off after sunset and before sunrise. Well, there's basically 3 questions in one. The video setup automations in Home Assistant is a video that I created, I think, more than a year ago. It might even be 2 years ago. So that's kind of outdated in a sense that the interface is totally not conformed to the new interface, because that changed a couple of months ago. And there's new functionality in there. In different ways, but still don't succeed. Setting Aqara door window sensor Z-Wave plugin intended to receive a notification on mobile when the door opens and closes, and to switch to Z-Wave after sunset and before sunrise. Okay, well, we can build it. Why not? Shall we do it? I'm not sure if you're still here, Peter. Not really nice to eat while doing this, but I need to get my energy up. Thank you, John, for supporting me. Oh, yes, you are. Okay, cool. No, let's do this. Why not? Here we go. So you have a door window sensor, and as far as I understand, so you want a notification on your phone when the door opens, and you want a notification on your phone when the door closes, and you want to switch the Z-Wave plug on and off after sunset and before sunrise. I'm not sure if those last 2 things, switch the plug on and off after sunrise and before sunrise, or that it is a different use case, or that it has to be a combination with the door open and closed, because I don't see that. I don't see that as a use case currently. Maybe I don't understand, but anyways, these are not that difficult, but I'm going to show Peter combination. Plug on and off after sunset and before sunrise. I don't get the combination, to be honest. So basically what you're saying, so what I understand is that you're saying that if the door opens, then you need to get a message on the phone, and if it's after sunset, the Z-Wave plug should turn on. Oh, wait, open and light on. Yeah, okay, clear. That's clear. I have to scroll back to your question, so give me a second. Oh, where is? Oh, guys, you really had so many questions. Oh my God. Oh man, I have to catch up on everything. Okay, now, well, we are going to do Peter's thing. So everybody, the use case is if a door opens or a window opens, then you get a message, and a plug turns on or a light turns on after sunset, sorry. And if you close the door, the light turns off, and I think you get another message. And that all has to happen between sunset and sunrise. So only then. Okay, I'm trying to. So we are going to build this. I'm going to settings, I'm going to automations and scenes, and I'm going to create an automation. I'm going to start with an empty automation. You can later watch this back, Peter, of course. So the trigger is, well, now you have multiple ways to think about this. We are going to use triggers, conditions, and actions in this example because we need all three of them. The triggers is the door opens or the door closes. I'm going to add the trigger. In my case, device, and I'm going to say I have a door sensor garden door left in my case. And I'm going to say garden door left contact opens. So this is the door opens. I'm going to give this a trigger ID. Door opens. Then I'm going to add another trigger for the door closed. So I'm going to get again to device, and I'm going to choose for garden door left again. But now we're going to say garden door left contact closed. And we are going to give this a trigger ID too. It's not really needed for the use case that we do, but I think it's good practice to do it because you might later want to make this a bigger automation, and then it's already nice if these trigger IDs are set. So I'm going to say door closes. So now I created two triggers, one for the door opens and one for the door closes. Now, one of the other things that you want in your use case that you're saying, yeah, but I only want this to happen after sunset and before sunrise. So for this specific use case, I am going to use a condition because after sunset and before sunrise always has to be true. There are multiple ways to do this. You can also do this within actions, but for now, I'm going to show you that you can do this in conditions. There are some edge cases in here, which I will, I hope I remind myself after I've created this, but there are some edge cases that might actually prevent this from working, but I will show you later, and we can definitely do something about that. So conditions is we want to have this before sunrise and after sunset. There are multiple ways to check for before sunrise and after sunset. Sorry. Yeah. After sunset, before sunrise. The easiest way is to use the, I think the sun. Let's see. Yeah, okay. No, this is not the easiest way. So a lot of people use this. So they think, okay, it should be before sunrise and after sunset. If you do this, then this will always be true or always be false. Let's see, it's always before sunrise. If it's let's say if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, then at that moment it is after sunset. No, then it's before sunrise. No, before sunset and after sunrise. So this is always false. So this is not going to work. So we're not going to use this one. We're going to use another one. Delete. So I think I need to use a state. And then I'm going to say sun dot sun an attribute. No, this is not the one. Wait a minute. It is below horizon and above horizon, but I'm not sure what is the below moment. Oh, it was sun, not sun, but it's not. Give me a second. We just go. Wait a minute. I will open one that I used before. That's, I mean, that's what we do. When we are developing things, we are looking in all the code. I think my whole automation works like that. after sunset, after, oh no, that's not, yeah. I know how to do it with sunrise and sunset, but that it's there's an easier way. So that's why I'm trying to do this entrance. This one. Yep. No, this is the OR state. This is not the one that I wanted to show. Okay. Welke dan? Which one? Yeah. Let's see. I have it in one of these things. This is only. I created all the same. Okay. Then I'll do it. Okay, then I'll do it on my on the well. There are multiple ways, and I'll do it in the other way. That I wanted to show you in a different way, but I cannot follow the whole chat, and maybe somebody already said that. But okay, what we can do is here. Okay, delete this. So I'm going to add a condition, and then I'm first going to add an OR condition. So I'm going to say it should be between two states. So the first condition is sun, and I'm going to say the sun condition is it's either before before sunrise, or it is after sunset. So what we are saying here is that this may only work if there's an OR condition, and the OR is it is before sunrise or after sunset. And so now we created that condition, and now we are going to add the action, and we have okay, so we have two triggers: garden door left contact open and garden door left contact closed. So we are going to add an if-then condition. We can also use a choose, but I'm doing if-then because I only have two things. I only have two triggers. So I'm going to add an action, if-then, and then within the if, I'm going to say the condition is triggered by door opens. So what do we want when the door opens? At that moment, we are going to add an action. We are going to switch on a light. So we can use a call service, or we can use a device. Let's say that it's only one device. So I'm going to choose device. That's for now it's easiest. And I'm going to say, let's say, office entrance lights, turn on office entrance lights. So when the door opens, turn on office entrance lights. And we also want to have a message on our phone. So we're going to add another action, add action. And that action is a service, call service. And we're going to say notify. Notify. Now I'm going to choose my phone. This is my phone, notify.mobile app iPhone. You see also other phones here, but I'll use my iPhone. I'm going to say message. The door is just door is opened. Give the title, alert, for instance. And now what it does is it sends a message to my phone with the title alert, and that's it. And it turns on the office entrance lights. Then we're going to add an else. Well, the else is the other way around. So we're going to turn off the entrance lights. So we're going to device, and we're going to say office entrance lights, turn off office entrance lights. And we are going to add another action. Again, a notification, call service notify. Notify to my phone. And the message is the door closed. Title alert. And that's it. Now it works. So what you see here is triggers garden door left contact opened, garden door left contact closed. It only may happen during before sunrise and after sunset. Yeah. And then if the door opens, you can actually, when triggered by door opens, then turn on office lights, notification, send a notification, else turn off office lamps and send a notification to your mobile phone. So that's it. That's how you do this. And the other one is with sun above horizon and below horizon. I'm not sure where I have a blackout, but it doesn't matter. This is the way how it works, and there are multiple ways to roam as usual. Okay, not going to save it. So I hope, Peter, that your question is answered with this. We have a term for when a cat triggers an automation by accident. Catastrophe. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Okay, I'm already talking for 2 hours, so let's see if there's so many more questions in the chat that I'm not sure if I will be able to answer everything. If a two-year switch for my blinds in the Smart Life app, the state open close. Okay, on my high it state shows inverted. When the blind is open, it shows closed. Is there a solution? Yeah, there is, but actually on my Discord server, there was a discussion about this too a couple of weeks ago. What I would do, and it might not be the easiest solution, but what I would do is create a template sensor and switch the two around. Not sure if somebody else already answered that, but talking about template sensors now is really well, a heavy subject. Maybe I can give a little bit of an example here. If you go to the developer tools and you go to template, and you can play with things here. You see that I also do that. So I'm trying things out. What I was doing, for instance, was making a sensor that calculates the netto power between the power that has been generated by my solar panels and the power that I use, so that I know that if the netto power is positive, that I generate more power than that I use, and based on that I trigger some things. In my case, the heating that I have hanging over there. You don't see it, but I see it. But you can use the template this for that. So let's see. Maybe I can give you a little bit of a little hint, but it won't be the total answer. I also have covers. Oh, I don't get the state. Yeah, these covers are a little bit. They are not. Sometimes I lose connections with them, and I think that is what now happened too. So I cannot show that. But you can turn things around. Let's say it's a silly thing to do, but it maybe gives you a little bit of an idea in what direction you should go. Let's say I'm going for the office motion sensor occupancy. So this shows on. So let's say that this motion sensor is a blind and it has a status on and off. So it's on now because I'm sitting here and yeah, it's on. And I wanted to turn off. I wanted to turn around. So I wanted to show off when it detects motion, which is totally weird. But for your blinds, I can totally understand. So let's just pretend that these are blinds. So what I can do is I can I can create a template that turns these two around, and that template sensor will actually be a new sensor that you can use for your use case. So within a template, you do it like this, and now yeah, you have to do this in YAML. So that is interesting. So what I can do, then I will give you some crash course in templates. So everybody, sit down, relax, get yourself a beer or whatever. It's Saturday evening. So you can get the state of your template like this. Sorry, a state of a sensor like this. So states sensor dot. And now I'm going to say office motion sensor occupancy. And now you see here on. So that is that state that you also saw here when I was this office motion sensor occupancy, that state on. The same way you can retrieve it through a template by using this code. Okay, so what I can do then is that I can test if it's on or off by using a little bit of code. And that works as follows. So again, the accolade and then a percentage sign. I'm going to say if, let's copy this because I'm lazy. If states should I see EQ or is I'm not sure. Of course, I get a message because not everything is right. So I'm checking here if the state of this value is equal to on, then do something. So I would say, let's say I'm giving creating a string. It is on. And then I'm creating this. And if and if has to be like this. So now you see that it shows it is on. You know what? Let's draw some lines here so that it's easier readable where I am. Oops. So this is what this code does. So what you can do, what you see here is that you basically now get instead of on, you get back the text it is on. So what I can also do is then say off. So let's say this is your blind. Now, actually, the state is on, but it returns off. And you can also say, okay, then also create an else. Oh, that's not correct. So this piece of code turns your function around. So it turns the result, the state around. So this is always how I do this. So first I go to my template, to developer tools, and then I go to templates, and then I'm going to fiddle around with some code and to see if I can get what I want. And now I'm saying, okay, this seems nice. This code is working. This will work because let's say that this is a blind. Then in this case, if this was a blind, it returns off when it's on, and it turns on when it's off. It returns on when it's off. So now I'm going to copy this code. And now I'm going to Studio Code Server. And in Studio Code Server, I created a file which is called templates.yaml. And here are all my templates that I created myself. So that's quite a bunch already. And the thing is now, let's go all the way up here. I know I'm doing this really, you know, I need to take more time to explain this exactly, but it's just to give you an idea and to give you a head start with this. So I'm going to say, let's create name. We're going to create a new sensor here, and that sensor has a name, and that name is blind one, for instance. So that sensor has a name, blind one, and then I'm going. I hate these things. I'm going to give this a unique ID, and that is because of the fact that if I don't give this a unique ID, I cannot change the specific parameters of this sensor in the front end of Home Assistant. So that's just something that there's nothing more to explain actually. And within Studio Code Server, you can click on your right mouse button and then click on Generate UUID at cursor, and it creates a unique ID. Not something to discuss about. It's just something something to discuss about. It's just something that you have to do. And then I'm going to create a state. So that's basically the state that I showed over here. Where is it? Developer tools. So I had this state here. Oh, okay. Go back to Office Motion Sensor. See. So this is the state on, and with this template, I created this code which turns it from off to on. Oh, you see this? You saw this happen, right? So you saw it switching. So I was sitting really still, and it turned to off. But you see that it then switches these two around. So I'm going to add that code that I created here. I'm going to add this as a state here. So enter. Paste it in here. Oh, I have to make sure that I have indentation right. And that's basically it. So now I created a new sensor, blind one, that basically turns the states around between on and off. So let's save this. This is going to be so much fun. And then we go to developer tools, and we go to YAML, and then we scroll down, and there's an option template entities here. If I click this, it reloads that templates.yaml again into Home Assistant. So template entities, it's green, so everything is fine. If it's green, green is always fine. And now you will see that if I go here and I'm going to search for an entity blind, that there is a blind one sensor. We just created our own sensor. And if I click it, you see the state, and the state is off. But I am moving around here because actually it's the other way around of the state. So it's a controverse of the state in, yeah, sometimes I'm missing some English words here. But it's the, so it's actually there is movement here, but it shows off. So if there's no movement, it would show on. So this was a really crash course in how you can create template sensors in Home Assistant. You need. I have some videos about it where I use that. These videos are already a little bit outdated. They still work, sort of, but there is since a couple of months already another way of using templates in the templates.yaml and not in the configuration.yaml anymore. And in my video, it's still talking about configuration.yaml and sensors.yaml, but it works sort of the same. And let's say the information that you get in that video is exactly how templates work and how you can set them up. It's only that they are a little bit different in how they should be, how they should look in the templates.yaml. So yeah, I hope this helps. I'm going to cut the code from my system because I'm not going to use this, and it was of course an example. Yep. Okay, let's reload the templates.yaml, template entities, and if everything is correct, then the blind is no longer there. Blind one. I think it will. Yeah, it says unavailable because it doesn't understand. It doesn't. Well, it's not there anymore. I think even that I cannot find it anymore. Well, I can still find it. Why is that? Shouldn't be. That might be caching. It should be gone. Probably it's gone as soon as Home Assistant is rebooted, or else I might be able to remove it like this. Let's see, blinds. I'm actually getting into this now. Look, it's no longer there, so I can safely remove it. Remove, and it's gone. But it was also gone if I rebooted Home Assistant, I believe. So, Frans, yeah, I hope this helped you a little bit. Not even sure if you're still here. But anyways, then for other people, it might also be opposite. Yes, Bastiaan, thank you. I learned something. Michael, can you copy the HA database from production to test environment, or does that mess up your production environment? Are there any links in it to Prods? It shouldn't be an issue. The only thing is that if you want to have them running both at the same time, and for instance, you have on your production environment and on your test environment, you have a Zigbee stick to connect your lights, then I think you can get issues there. Maybe not. Well, you can get issues if you have conflicting automations. But furthermore, I don't think it really should be a problem as far as I can think now. Yep. Yeah, but does the P1 cable in Home Assistant record the true voltage per phase? I'm not sure, because for me, I cannot see the phases, and that seems to be a thing with my smart meter. Actually, I do have more problems because sometimes it doesn't show the power usage. And as far as I know now from somebody who told me that on my Discord server, is that this is an issue with, that might be an issue with the port, with the P1 port on my smart meter. And then I have to call the energy company to see if it should be replaced or not. Anyway, that's a very specific thing. Yeah, Martijn, I see you ask your question in Dutch. I have a video about that. That's how to create an automation to for a motion sensor. That video is this one that explains it exactly how it works. And that one is actually not so long ago that I created that, I think. Oh, why do I have so many videos? Maybe I should stop making videos. No, I won't. How to use motion sensors in Home Assistant. Watch that video, and then everything will become clear. MT83. Oh, I'm so far behind on the chat, so maybe you're not even there anymore. But greetings back from where I live. Mihai Tanas, if you have light that are activated 50% by motion, is there a simple way to have them turn to 100% and stay as until the motion turns them off? Yeah, there is. Of course. Okay, this is a question that I get a lot. People ask me, sometimes you use device in an automation, and sometimes you use call service in an automation. What's the difference? Okay, let's do that. It's a short explanation. So I'm going to create another automation, start in an empty automation. I'm not doing anything on top here. Oh, again, sorry. So I'm creating an automation, start with an empty automation. I'm not doing anything on top here, but I'm going only solely to actions to show you the difference between call service and device. Let's say I want to switch on a light. I can go to device, and that's the easiest way to do this. And then I search for a light. So, for instance, office back left, and then I can choose some actions which are there for that office. So, turn on office back left, turn off, toggle office back left, turn off. Well, all kinds of things that I can do there. But these are quite limited. When I do this with a call service, I have a lot more possibilities, plus something extra. So I'm going to remove this one, and now I'm going to say add action call service. And now I'm going to call a service which is called light.on. Turn on, turn on, turn on. Now you see that I have much more options here. So what I can do is I can choose a device, or I can choose an entity. Well, let's choose device and office back left. That is the same light that I was just looking for. But what I can do now is that I can change all kinds of things. So for instance, I can say, well, make it blue and give it a brightness percentage of 100%, which is actually your question. I can do a lot of things here. So if I use call service, I have much more things to work with. Plus, another thing is that if you have lights in a group, so you have a light group, then device doesn't work because a group is not a device. A group is a group is a group. So then you need to use a service, call service, to turn on the group. And then you cannot choose the device, but you can choose an entity. For instance, I have here my devices, bathroom spot 1 until bathroom spot 4. And I have one group, which is called bathroom spots. So you see that I can also do this with a whole group if I use call service. So that is that is why sometimes I use call service and sometimes I use sometimes I use device in an action. Most of the time I'm trying to keep my tutorials as simple as possible, so then I use device. So yeah, I hope that is clear and explains you how you can put a light to, or turn a light on at 100%. So then you should use light turn on as a service. Let's not make it blue. And set the brightness to 100%. And what you can also do is light turn off, for instance, light turn off. And then you don't have this much functionality. But let's say that if you want to turn it back to 50%, then you can also say turn on again, choose the device, office, back left, Oh, Jesus. Oh, I cannot say that. And then you say, okay, turn the brightness back to 50% if you want that. There are other ways to do this. You can also do this with scenes, which is really powerful, especially the scenes on the fly function. Watch this video. Where is it? Scenes on steroids. That is a game changer. If you watch that video, scenes are so underrated in Home Assistant. You can do so many things with that, and a lot of people do not use them. So watch that video. I think that will really help you in making things, restoring values and stuff automatically. That's really powerful. So yeah, okay. Where were we? I have a question. Ties has a question. Oh, I'm getting tired, guys, and starting to talk Dutch. What can I do if the motion sensor stays on and the time is finished? My lights go off with Akara motion sensor with 1 minute cooldown. I'm really trying to understand what you're saying. Time is finished. My lights go off. Yeah. If you move, it never goes. Oh, I tried. If you move, hey Davide, hey man. If you move, it never goes off. If you move, it never goes off. Yeah, but that is how it works with a motion sensor, right? That if you move, that it doesn't go out, that the lights do not go off. In the kitchen. Timer triggers at motion on. Yeah, so you have a timer. Is this about the timer video that I created? Because is it to do with timers? Timer triggers at motion on. Interesting. I'm not sure if I understand the question correctly, to be honest. Must I trigger the timer on off? I don't even know if you need a trigger actually for this. As far as sorry, if you need a timer for this, because if you're saying I have a kitchen with lights, and if I come in the kitchen, then the lights turn on, and after a while they have to turn off if there has been no motion for a certain period of time. I can hardly imagine that you mean that, because that is the do you mean that? Can you give me a hint in the chat? Because is it so, just to know a yes is fine. So is it so that what you want is that if you come in the kitchen, the lights turn on, and if you leave the kitchen, the lights turn off after a while? Is that what you want? Because if it has to do with timers, then there is a different thing. Okay, I don't see any oh, okay, the timer starts at motion, but if you move constantly, the lights go out after 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Then there is an if you use timers, because I created this timer video to show you that you can use timers that survive a reboot of Home Assistant, because some people want that. I'm not sure if lights are if that is really needed for that, but you can do that. Then you missed probably one option in that timer, and that is as soon as motion is detected again, that the timer, for instance, starts again. But I would say a timer, you shouldn't really start a timer on when motion starts. You should start a timer when motion stops. So because when there's motion in the Okay, yeah, I know nothing about Node-RED. So if you're doing it in Node-RED, then I probably cannot probably cannot answer that. But the idea is the other way around. So if you if mo motion gets detected constantly, so a motion detector constantly sees if there's motion. So it goes on and off constantly. So it is detecting motion, then it's detecting no motion, then it's detecting motion again, it's detecting no motion again. And when you left the kitchen, yeah, when you left the kitchen, then it will not detect motion for a period of time. So at that moment, you should start the timer and say, so when no motion is detected, then start the timer, and when it's detected again, stop the timer or reset the timer. And every time when motion is not detected, restart the timer. And then if motion is not detected for a long period of time, then the timer turns off, and then then the timer ends, and then your lights turn off. And I think that's the reason why it's going wrong with you on your side, because you start a timer when motion is detected, but you shouldn't start a timer when motion is detected. You should start a timer when motion is stopped. Stop timer at motion start, at stop motion. Start at stop. Yeah, indeed, that's what you need. So I hope that was clear. It took a bit of time to get in sync with what you wanted to do. Can I store the current state of my lights into a scene? Yes, you can. Jack. Yes, you can. And that is also in this video. Yeah, I can explain everything, but this is explained. This is explained in this video. Skip to the scenes on steroids, but you can. I mean, it is explained in the scenes on steroids part of that video, but it's a good way to go to everything, so that you totally understand how scenes work. But indeed, you can, and it's not only that is the nice thing about this. It's not the current states of your lights only, but you can store the current states of all your devices in a scene. So not only the lights, also from your heating or for whatever thing you have, you can store that state on the fly, and that is so powerful because you can restore everything to that last state, and that is exactly explained in this scenes on steroids video. Um, Okay, thank you, Mihai. I learn a lot by watching your videos. Great. Oh, Jaap, you used the word shitty, and it was not accepted by YouTube, so I had to validate it. But now it's there. Toilet automation always work a bit shitty. Yes, it does, and no, it doesn't. There is Hex integration, Hex automation, which I saw last week. I'm going to show you. So what you can do is you can use this. You can build this thing, toilet occupancy sensor thing, which is working really nice. But it was just an example because you can use it for different things, not only for toilet occupancy, but also for instance, if you're close to a workbench and you want the lights on the workbench to turn on or something. But there is also the following thing, which is here. If I go to hacks and if I go to automation, because in hacks you have some automations already that you can use. And there is the wasp in a box automation. So if you use this automation, what this does is that it makes sense of a door sensor and a motion sensor. And that works as a wasp in the box. So it's saying if the door sensor is open, we assume there's no wasp, so no person in the box. So when the door is open, nobody is inside. That unless you're going to the toilet and you shit with the door open. But anyways, most people close the door when they are on the toilet. I hope that that is the case. So if we see a wasp, so if we see motion detection, motion within the room, within the box, then there is a wasp in the box. So if you see motion in the box, then there is something going on. Then if we close the box, then there is a wasp in the box. So when we close the door, that means, so we see somebody. Imagine this: you are going into the toilet, so the door is open. The door is open, nobody is in the toilet. Then you walk into the toilet, the motion sensor sees you moving, and it says, oh, somebody is entering. Then you close the door, then it knows, oh, there was just movement here, and the door is closed. So now probably somebody is in this door. In this box. It's not always true, because there are some edge cases here. So that's why my solution works better, I think, than this solution that I'm showing you now. But this also works. But then, so if you close the box, then there's a wasp in the box. So you can say, okay, this moment, we've seen motion. Straight after that, we saw that the door was closed. So we assume that there is somebody in there, so we can turn on the light. Then, as long as the box is not opened again, the wasp is still there, so you can keep the lights on. Then, as soon as the door is opened again, then we know that somebody is leaving that that box. And then you can say, okay, now I can, and sorry, as the door has been opened again, and there has been no motion for X minutes, then you can assume that nobody is there anymore and that you can turn off the lights. I believe that this can work, but not always. For instance, what happens if you open the door, you walk into the toilet to grab something from the toilet, from the toilet room, you walk out and you close the door. Then there was motion, there was motion, and the door was closed, and your system might think there is a wasp in the box, but actually you're not there anymore. And then the lights go on. And then, of course, and then they will stay on until the door opens again. So I think there are some caveats in here. Maybe this automation has some fixes for it, but you have to try it out yourself. But it's a nice thought. I think there are edge cases here, but anyways, try it out and you'll see if it works. And let me know, by the way. Okay, next question. What Bluetooth occupancy sensor you recommend? I don't have any Bluetooth occupancy sensors myself, so I cannot recommend anything. Martijn B. Can you briefly show how to make the automation HA? I have an automation for on and a separate one for off. I think I already did that. And if you didn't see that, Martijn, I have this. Oops, I have this video about how to set up how to use motion sensors. This video, if you watch this one, then you will know exactly how to set that up. Okay. T-Sky, I have the unified system. I can use my cameras from Ubiquiti to use this motion on person motion sensor. Oh, nice. Device tracker is better than an IP binary sensor, I think. Just an appropriate hex integration for my router. Oh man, I think. Okay. Size does matter, William. It's the brightness. Oh, okay. Yeah, Rob already answered what I was already saying. What I was saying. Let's see. Jesper has a question about Zigbee to MQTT that you don't see all settings. Yes, I do have that sometimes too. What sometimes helps is to pair your device multiple times after each other, and then sometimes you will see more more data in settings. Not specifically sure why that happens. Maybe because the update interval is slow. I don't know. Oh, Joseph, a question about my home network. Yes, I have an all-in-one thing. I have well, I do not have an all-in-one thing. I have um, a modem from my ISP, and I use the TP-Link Deco M9 as router. Okay, set of an action. Where are we? Okay, set of an action when the motion stops and when it. I think smart home devices will not save a lot of energy. The most energy will go in devices. You can't switch smart like a dishwasher and a freezer, etc. Smart home devices also cost energy. That's definitely true, Tiske, because they are on all the time. But you can also use smart home devices to switch your dishwasher and freezers. And actually, I got a very nice thing here. Oh, yeah. I didn't do any product presentation. I do have things. Because this company SwitchBot contacted me, and I got a whole box full of goodies from them. And this is actually a very nice thing. Let's open it. Oh, wait. I need a knife. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay, we do an unboxing video. Oh, I hope you can hear me because my microphone is a little bit far away. So I really like this thing. I really wanted to play with this one day, because what this does is it is. I'm not going to remove anything here, and I cannot show everything, but what it does is it has a little finger over here. And what it does is that it can push a button. So basically, if you have a dumb machine that has push buttons, you can stick this thing close to that button and then control that button by just pushing it. There's like a little finger coming out of it and pushing on that button. I'm definitely going to create a video about these things. The only thing which is a challenge for me is because I wanted to use it on my dumb washing machine. And my washing machine is about, well, maybe 10 years old already. So I might, also buy a smart washing machine. But I think it's a challenge to make this washing machine just a little bit smarter by making sure that I can push the button from a distance or with an automation. The only thing is that these buttons are touch buttons. And I don't think this will work with touch buttons. So I have to find some way how I can make these touch buttons think that it's a finger. And there might be some capacitive tape or something that I can put on this and then make it work, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's a challenge. So this is one of the things that I got from Switchbot. Um, I have totally no idea if it will work with Home Assistant or not, but they said to me that it should work. So yeah, yeah, they. Oh, you're not seeing me now, eh? So you're only seeing this. That's not nice. Wait a minute. One moment. We're going to change this video. Why did I remove this? One moment. Let's see if this works. Copy. Paste. This is not working. This was not what I want. Okay, whatever. They sent me a contact sensor, a contact sensor, but also is a motion sensor. So that was really interesting because I thought, oh, okay, for instance, for that wasp in the box idea that I just showed you guys, that might be interesting to use this. What do I have more? Oh, this is a remote. I think it's just a button, but buttons are always handy for some things. There's another motion sensor. Yeah, this is the big Switchbot advertisement moment, I think. And a hub. Not sure if I need that. So we are going to see how this all works. I think Switchbot is also Bluetooth. And with Home Assistant, you can create Bluetooth proxies now, which is really nice. That for you guys who do not know what Bluetooth proxies are, is that yeah, Bluetooth with Bluetooth. Yes, Tiske, you're already saying that. Okay. So yeah, Bluetooth proxies is really nice because you can just use an ESP32 or something else, and use that as a Bluetooth. No, it's not an ESP32. It's an M5 stack indeed. And you can then place them all over the place in your house. They are working through Wi-Fi and actually are a Bluetooth hotspot. So that's really cool. So you have like Bluetooth coverage in your whole house with that. Let's see how far my printer is. Where are we with printing? I am curious. So, oh, how far is my axolotl? I don't see much difference yet. Oh, yeah, the tail is already ready. So let's see how much time it still needs. Ooh. Okay. 11:40. How late is it? So still an hour to go. Wow. Maybe I will make this a marathon, and then in the end I can show you if it's ready. I can. Let's see if my voice can take this long. Okay, next question. I like the soda can heater. I think I like the soda can heater. Oh yeah, the soda can heater, of course. Wow, I just presented it myself. Yeah, I like the soda can heater too. If you weren't here in this stream before, go search for heating with soda cans on heating with soda cans on Google, and then you will find this really nice do-it-yourself projects. Wow, Freddy, really, I mean, did you really go to the movies? I mean, to the movies, or did you watch a movie at your own house? Because Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not sure how late is it, by the way. Oh, I'm almost 3 hours talking. Okay. Let's see. But you guys are also here, so that's really nice. And people are still subscribing, which I really like because I have like 18,000 subscribers now. And I really would like to have like 20. So 20 is my next goal. It sounds so a lot. um, okay, for the energy cans. Let's see. Next question. If I compare my power bill before and after I made my house smart, I have saved a lot by making my house smart. Yeah, well, there are some discussions about this. A couple of years ago, I bought myself the Honeywell Evo Home system with smart radiator valves on every radiator in my house. Um, so I can control every house, every room independently, the heating of the room. And the thing is that uh, in the beginning, I thought, oh, that's a really great idea because then I have more control over all the rooms. But I'm doubting if I'm saving money with it, to be honest, because what I first had was one thermostat in my living room. And when my living room was heated up enough, then the thermostat turned off, and then all the radiators in my house didn't get new warm water. So it didn't heat up. So basically, that thermostat only had effect on the living room, and all the other rooms could get also warmed as long as the living room was not heated up enough. Now that meant that my kids uh, they always came sitting down in the living room watching television because the living room was nice and cozy and warm, but their own rooms were cold. I'm not really laughing about it, but okay. But now I had this new system with all these thermostatic radiator valves that they can control the warmth on their own rooms, and now they are sitting on their rooms and making their rooms warm and cozy as well. So now my living room is warm and cozy, and their rooms are also warm and cozy, which is of course really nice for them, but it's not saving me any money because now more rooms are getting heated up in our house. So yeah, the independent valves are initiating the heater indeed. Um, so let's see, next question. And the other thing is, if you save energy with smart home, I do believe you save energy. I mean, I didn't create the video of last week for nothing. I really believe that you can save energy. But you also pay a lot of money for all the smart home stuff you buy to save that energy. So the question is, where's the balance? And indeed, Tiske, you're saying I have 4 kids, having the smart lights automated saves me a ton. Yeah, that's definitely true. If you have teenagers in the house, you need motion sensors and automations. Oh, thank you, Tobias, for supporting me. I'm a little bit behind on the chat, so yeah, Bastian, got to know HA 3 months ago. Life sure has changed. Yeah, and hooked. Yeah, I think that counts for a lot of us, right? If you start with Home Assistant, And even if you're not that technical, I mean, I know it has a steep learning curve, but when you get the hang of it, you're just thinking about all kinds of things that you can automate in your house. You know, I have this automation, and I told it before. That is, you know, I'm always thinking of what can I automate more. You know, so let me know. Put it in the chat. What is your weirdest thing that you automated? One of my favorite things is that if I'm watching television and I'm watching a movie or television or whatever, and somebody rings at the door, that my television goes on pause. Because if somebody is at the door, the first thing that you do is you pick up your remote control and you press on pause. So why should you do that if you can automate it, right? This is one of the nice things that you can do. It doesn't always work if somebody rings the door and it's for your kids, but okay. Anyways, I thought it was fun thing to create, and also the mailbox sensor is also very nice. That I get a message to my speakers that the mailbox is that there is mail in the mailbox. Anyways, hey, somebody's saying good morning, Muski. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're from, but it's here at this moment. It's 9 minutes before 11 in the evening. I live in Sweden, as you can guess. IKEA smart products are popular. Have you tried? And then I see nothing anymore. But I have a lot of IKEA products also here. I must say that the U lights are better. Sorry for Sweden. U lights are, you know, I try to create a wake up light in the morning that it's, you know, that it's. I wanted to create a video about a wake up light. I thought it's fun. A lot of people might want to create things like that. But the IKEA bulbs are, even if you put them on 1%, they are so bright that you are awake immediately. So that didn't really work. Okay, Will Smith. This is a story of my life. Hi, I want to arm the alarm when nobody's home. When nobody's home, using cell phone as device tracker. What's the most reliable way doing that? Well, Will, I'm not sure if you're still here because I'm behind on things, but I created this video. Yeah, I can explain everything, but I also, you know, create videos so that people can look at them. And that is already a while back. There are a couple. I think this video will show you. Oh, wait. This video. Oh, I was not in the way. But switch based on presence is one of the videos that can really help you with that. How to do that. And maybe also the geofencing video, which is a little bit more advanced and has more to do with if you're approaching the house or if you are leaving the house. So for instance, if you're approaching the house and you get within a radius of 5 kilometers around your house or 5 miles, whatever, that the heating already turns on. That's what this video is about, the geofencing one. Yep. Let's see. Question. Oh, that's a good thing. Is there a way to iterate areas to show a specific sensor type for each area, like thermostat, window, like auto entity, but instead of iterating entity, iterate area? I think I've seen that question before in my as a response to a post. like thermostat. Window open. I don't have a straight answer for that. I think it's possible. Um, I definitely think it's possible, but I'm not sure how I can do it with a template alone at the moment. What you can do if you, yeah, well, that's probably not helping you, Jamie. Um, but yeah, Dwayne's dashboard does something like that. So Dwayne's dashboard is actually based on areas and shows everything within an area. So maybe that might be. I don't think it is the answer to your question, but it might help. John Kuster, smash the like button. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Do that. I didn't even I didn't even ask you today to subscribe. Well, you can only chat if you're subscribed. So that's one thing. I was actually thinking of doing this Ask Me Anything sessions only for people that support me, for members only. Um, that is, but it doesn't feel right, or yeah, maybe I can do some members only sessions that I can really go deep into questions because there's less people doing that. uh, yeah, it's really difficult because everything is free on the internet, and when you're doing this like me, I'm not in a position that I earn a lot of money with this. So it's not that I can totally live 100% from creating videos alone. That's way not working. Even with 18,000 subscribers, you need way more viewers to do that. It would be nice if that is true. But oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you for supporting me. Um, uh, yeah, Freddie. Yeah, indeed. If you guys don't know, I have a Discord channel. I also have a members only channel there. So if you're a member, then you, at least at the Discord channel, you get other information than all people get. Um, and yeah, I really need your support. Otherwise, I cannot keep doing this. In the end, it will end. If it's not enough, then yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't have like a money tree in my garden, which would be nice, but unfortunately not. So, do like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, all those shit. Um, but we are going back to the questions. Good thing that you helped me, John, by saying that people have to smash the like button. Smash the like button. Don't really smash it. Uh, Muski. I recently moved my Zigbees from Xiaomi to Combi 2. Took me 1 year from my Combi. Oh, wow. Mm. Yeah, the Combi 2 is actually, it's still a very good stick. I have it somewhere here. I don't know. I'm not using it now because what I did, and yeah, you guys know that because well, you probably seen the video that I moved over to the Zigbee, the Sonoff Zigbee dongle E, which was quite a challenge because it is still it is experimental, and since the latest version of Zigbee to MQTT, it's quite stable. I only have one thing left that's not working with that, and that is these frigging remotes from IKEA. They do work, but the batteries get drained like crazy sometimes. And I tried everything. People say, yeah, but you shouldn't pair them to the stick itself, but you should pair them to a router device like a light bulb. I did that, and still the batteries get drained, and not for every one of them. So that's really strange. But there was, in the beginning, it was really a pain with that Zigbee dongle E, because you couldn't really pair end devices like these motion sensors, for instance, to router devices. You can only pair these to your to that stick itself, and they lost connection. And I had the same with the Philips Hue motion sensors. These ones, wait. So these ones, I had problems with these ones too. That was really hard pairing them. I'm going to put this back one moment. Otherwise, I'll be sitting in the dark. But now, with the newest version of Zigbee to MQTT from, what is it, October, a lot of those things were fixed. So that really works now. You can pair through routing devices. The only thing that I have problems with now is these. And I hate that because, these are quite old. I have them for a couple of years now. And but I don't want to throw them away, I still want to use them. And then I thought maybe I can use the combi stick and only pair these ones to the combi stick. But the thing is, these are end devices. These are not routing devices. And I have them all over my house. So then that combi stick should also get some router devices connected to them. And then I have 2 Zigbee networks in my house, which I really do not want. So yeah, maybe I have to ask Akara, if you're looking at me at this, send me some buttons, Akara buttons that work, and I will create a video about them, how good they are in comparison to the IKEA ones. So if you're listening, I'm up for it. Okay, what is the name of that music? Oh, wow, that is a long time ago that I showed that video. I don't see the time actually from the chat, but the name of the music was the Swan Lake. Swan Lake. Amazing, yeah, Swan Lake, human automation, human automation, indeed. Oh, great, Tiske. I'm sorry to hear that your father has dementia. It's so sad to see people have that. Yeah. You are a good person. Thank you. Anyone using Akara Magic Cube with ZHA? No, I don't. I don't. I like the thing, but yeah, I don't. Install clip of time lapse. Oh, my. Something happened with my chat. Suddenly. I don't. Whoa, what a lot of messages. My God. Oh, there is a spammer in the chat, but oh, really? Somebody is saying very bad things in the chat, but it's all deleted. I'm glad you guys don't see that. Wait a minute, I have to clean up the chat. Why do people do this? Okay, so it's cleared up now. Where are we? Yeah, here we are. Install clip of firmware and time-lapse and print are great, Eddie. Yeah, that was about printing, and about yeah, I have not a clip of firmware, but Marlin installed. So Let's see. There's so many questions still. You guys keep me awake all night, I think. Yeah, sun stayed below horizon. That's exactly, Ries, that's exactly what I was looking for. Um, let's do this again because I I don't understand why I couldn't find it. So I think I made just a little mistake here. Settings, automations and scenes, create automation, condition, and then I state, sun, dot, yeah, sun, dot, sun. Oh, wow. I was so close. I was looking at the attribute, but it was exactly the state. So again, I think it was Peter. I'm not sure what the name was. I think it was Peter. So we have the sun entity. And what you can do with the sun entity is that you can also choose a state and say if the sun is above horizon or below horizon. So that is also a possibility that you can use. And I was now using the after sunset and before sunset, but you can also use above horizon and below horizon. So there it was. It was just there, but I missed it. Something, there are so many options. Okay. Hmm, better use Node-RED. I'm not going into the Node-RED discussion really. Actually, it would be fun to do. Maybe it would be fun to do a stream one day to say, okay, Ed is doing Node-RED. That actually rhymes. And then, see you guys see me struggling with Node-RED. And maybe I might be convinced that it is a thing, but it can be a really long video. I also thought about creating a video, well, just a live stream one day while I'm editing a video, so you guys see what this all editing is all about. But I don't think it's really interesting to see me, constantly editing, rewinding, cutting scenes, pasting scenes. Tiske, yeah. My son still likes the video with your story with your girlfriend on the toilet as premium content. Yeah, I guess maybe I should. This is not beer, by the way, but maybe we should start getting some beer and having some really good conversations now about things that you discuss in bars. Hmm. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this stream until my 3D print is ready. Let's just do it. I mean, it's already 8 past 11. How far is my 3D print? Oh, only 30 minutes left. Oh, that's easy. No, I don't want Octolabs. I want a webcam. That's easy. And then it still has to cool down, and then you guys see the end result. That would be fun. That can be fun. Look, it looks quite shiny, right? Really nice. There's a lot of stringing here. I'm struggling a little bit with the temperature, I think. But okay, let's just do that. I mean, it's Saturday night. Saturday night. Shall we? Wait. Let's do the YouTube. Where's YouTube? Let's put on a song. Hmm, can I do this? Maybe. Uh, it's going. It's going crazy now. Uh, oh wait, no. Let me do this differently. I'm not even sure if I have that song. Should have it. Whoop, where's my Plex amp? One moment. I want to go back. Where is the search button? Yeah, here it is. Ah, man. I don't have the song. Why don't I have that song? Okay. Give me a second. Then we do it like this. So it is Saturday night and I'm actually one of my heroes in the Netherlands. Herman Brood. So put a little music on the. So now we're talking. Next question. This might be totally awkward. This. Oh yeah, that's also. No, I'm not making my own filament from a PET bottle. I don't. Maybe the sound is a little bit too loud, right? Let's see. I'm getting a little bit distracted by it. Okay, incoming. I like to debug and inject. Oh, there's a whole Node-RED discussion here, so let's skip that. No. Okay. Yeah, keep it English, guys. Please do. Otherwise, people will leave. Do you have a separate network that hasn't got internet access? No, I don't. I do have a guest network. That not everything is connected to that guest network, but I do not have a separate network for without internet. Let's see, Mosky. Can I have a copy of all that knowledge? Well, can I have a copy of all that knowledge? Yeah, that takes a couple of years, I guess. Let's see, so my device is not linked. Link on a link again. My nothing was. There, I see. Okay, David. Yes, I realized that. I check all the. Oh, David, I think you asked a question, but problems with Tuya. I don't have that. I use local Tuya, by the way. Message. So you guys are really helping each other. That's really good to see that I'm not the only one doing that. It's really cool. Thanks for the naming convention you use. I'm not sure if that's to me that you meant that for me, Tiske, but yeah, I think naming conventions is really important to use. I always use. Okay, I'm going to turn off the music because it's really distracting me and probably you guys too. And if you don't, Herman Brood, then yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, so I always start with. Wait, I'm going to hide user from this channel. Goodbye. So I'm going to. What I always do is that I start with a room. So, well, basically I start with the domain, so light dot or switch dot, but then start with the room, then an underscore. I cannot. Wait a minute. I cannot think straight. Let's just do it like this. If you look at my entities is maybe, yeah, entities. Yeah, entities is a little bit too much. But for instance, in this case, you see I have garden. So that is well, garden is not a room, of course, but an area. Garden, then what the device is in that area. And then maybe a number if there are multiple devices like that. And if I create a group of that, then I use again the name of the area, and then the device, well, as a group. So in this case, garden spots, and that really helps me also with you know, I have office. In the office, I have a lot in office. You know, I have an office hallway motion sensor. I have an office entrance motion sensor, and I also have an office motion sensor. And that really helps if you create automations that you don't have to think about, oh, what was the name again? You know, it's really logical to do it like that. That helped me a lot. So you can update the Google Sheet and pull data from there. You can update the Google Sheet and put data over there. Yeah, watch my video of tomorrow. Okay, now I had a lot of messages from people that were spamming, so I just removed them from the chat. You guys probably didn't see that. Anyone have a tip for a solid Zigbee power plug that also measures current usage? I think now you get a lot of answers. I use the Blitzwolf power plugs, which work pretty fine for me, and Zigbee. Okay. Good evening. Still people coming in. Can I change the default cooldown of motion sensor? The time after switches back to no occupancy. That depends on your motion sensor Filament 5. Not all motion sensors can do that. I know that the new Aqara motion sensors do that. It's the Aqara. Let's see. But I also hear a lot of negative things about that. Aqara motion sensor. Let's see which is the one you can recognize. This is the one, the P1. Yeah, you can recognize it because it has a bigger lower part here. But I hear a lot of negative things about it. I have the old versions. They work flawless. They work really nice. These ones you are able to set the cooldown time for these ones. But there are people struggling with it, and I'm not sure if it's their own thing that they did something wrong with cooldown times or whatever. But they are saying they are sometimes not responsive, and yeah. So this is well, this is one that you can set the cooldown time for, but it depends on your on the hardware. Oh, let's see. A lot of people are now with power metering asking questions. That was this case now. Okay. I might be skipping things. That's not on purpose. Yeah, so how is that with you guys and girls, maybe? So how are your wives liking your hobby, the smart home thing? Are they, well, patient? Because when you're creating automations, some things might not work. Let's let's see, a lot of the stop timer, stop started motion. Yeah, okay, I've seen that before. There's a call service. Use this one. I would do a smart lamp or a wall switch. Yeah, okay, that was that question. Oh, okay. Oh, that's just what I needed for when I take a shower in the bathroom. That the motion sensor doesn't work to detect me in the shower. Yeah. There are multiple ways to detect yourself in the shower. To detect you in the shower. The thing is that they get wet. You cannot really use motion sensors in the shower because I don't think they will live very long. But you might be able to do something with a humidity sensor. So if the humidity gets above a certain value, that also the shower, that Home Assistant thinks that there is somebody in the shower, or use the wasp in the box option that I just showed. Okay, yeah, other people are also saying that. Okay. Let's see what we have. Oh, there were so many things that I planned to show other things, but yeah, maybe we can go through that. See you guys discussing all kinds of stuff here. Let's get back after movie time. Yeah. Family time. Yeah, family time is important. It's important. Okay, can you do a video on a Bluetooth proxy, please? Yeah, I would like to do that. I think I finally have some use case. So this question is asked by Dutyful. I think I can do that now. Well, I don't have all the devices that I need for that in my house at the moment, but I think it's a good investment to do that and to show that to show that to you, because now actually I do have some Bluetooth devices that I didn't have before. I think all these switchboard things are Bluetooth, right? Yeah, it's not really clear. Well, I'm almost certain that it's Bluetooth. I don't really see it. Anyways. Yeah, Bluetooth low energy. So now it's time for me to create also Bluetooth videos, because that was a missing part in all the things that I was doing. And I do have the Home Assistant Blue as my server, but that doesn't have a Bluetooth capability. So yeah, as far as I know. Thank you for taking so many hours to keep this live stream going. Dutyful. Yeah, well, I think it's okay. I'm having fun here. It's actually really fun to be with you guys. It's not, it's not that we're really talking, but I still feel that there is some connectivity and that you are sort of close by. Not sure how that works, but yeah. Do we still have time for an Akara T1 question? You can ask that question, but I'm not sure if I can help you with that because I don't have an Akara T1. By the way, which of you ordered the new occupancy sensor from Lewis from Everything Smart Home? Let me know. I thought shipping costs were very expensive. I don't really have a use case for the thing because, well, basically my whole house is already functioning. But there was somebody who contacted me and was so nice to say, "Hey, I'm going to order a couple, and I can order one for you too if you're not if you think that the shipping price is too high." So that was really nice. So I get one too now. By the way, I'm going to pay for it. Um, and it's also fun to, just support all the other creators. I have a lot of contact with Andre from Better Tinker. I actually ordered his hoodie, and I wanted to wear it tonight, but it's not here yet. So yeah. Let's see. 42 viewers and only 28 likes. Yeah, how is this possible? Smash that like button. Do it. Yeah, very good idea. I charge my car using hourly energy prices. It saves about 500 euros per year. Yeah, definitely. And even if you also have like solar panels, then it will save you even more. That is the age that they want to be at their room ahead. Yeah, that's also right, Tieske. This sounds very Dutch. Yes, it does. Because it is. I am very Dutch. I can try to talk more posh English if you want. Let's see. Like the classic file. Yeah, this is look no. Okay, still a lot of questions. I save 6 kilowatts a day. When done well, it saves a shitload. Yeah, that's definitely true. I'm curious how you save 6 kilowatts a day, Vic. That maybe might give some information to a lot of people here. Mhm. Okay. Which smash the like button. Smash it. Come, you can do it. Zoom meeting for the member. Yeah, Sevach. I have one option on my Patreon where people can, well, if they pay enough, then I can save time for a personal consultancy. But that is most of the time it's not enough because it's a max 1 hour a month, and that 1 hour is not. Most of the time, you just get to know each other and get to know the system. And I most of the time, actually, what I do is I also do personal consultancy for some people that I manage their home assistant system from a distance, and that is yeah, that's also helping me to keep creating these videos. But that it's always difficult to work with. For a lot of people, this is hobby, and this is not something that they really need and that they want to spend their money on. So yeah. So for companies, it works. You have a bunch of guitars. Yeah, I do. Uh, that's what you can never have enough guitars. Yeah, Lars, you have the USB Sound of Zigbee dongle, but I'm not sure if you have the dongle E or the dongle P. And at the moment, if with the dongle E, it also works fine now with field of view motion sensors, but it didn't before the 1st of October. It didn't work well. Yeah, get rid of those old, obsolete, round IKEA 5-button devices. Get a new 4-button version. I'm old school, Reese. I have parents that have that had a refrigerator for like 40 years or something, and they never threw things away. So that is something that I get from them. That you have to be you know, they were there during the Second World War. They've been there, and they have that mindset of using stuff as long as possible. And that I guess I got that from them also a little bit. How to change the motion sensitivity? Not sure. I think that depends on the hardware. Oh. No, here we go again. Where is... missing... Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, we're getting sort of to the end, and I can really start my program that I planned for tonight. That's fine. Oh, wait. Where's my... Oh. I guess this looks promising. Ooh, almost ready. Look at that. It's working on the last bit. Yeah. It looks really nice, really shiny. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. Where was I? Still a problem with presence detection. I want the light bulb outside to turn on when I come into the zone. Works too slow. I'm already inside when it starts. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. What I actually did with my outside light bulbs, I did two things. They switch based on motion that is detected by my smart doorbell, and there's an other motion sensor that I also put somewhere close to the door that it switches also on that. So I have multiple ways of switching that. So maybe you can combine your presence detection together with together with motion sensors. The thing with presence detection, if you only use Home Assistant Companion app for that, that is too slow. Most of the time, it's too slow. What works better is to do presence detection with Wi-Fi connection. So as soon as you're connected to Wi-Fi, then do something. That is, in my experience, faster. So maybe that's an idea to do that, Freddy. Really, so it's okay. So, are you making your own filament from PET bottle? No. Maybe I will, but yeah. Monetization to hell. I don't know, Vic. I'm not sure what you mean with that. I hope it's positive. Do you have problems contacting ESP home devices via DNS name devices in the browser? Not sure. Don't think I do that. Oh, I also changed all the names. Yeah. I've got a Philips Hue outside motion sensor in an automation with condition that it turns the lights on only between sunrise and sundown. The lights go and repeat 5 times, but don't turn off the lights. Go on and repeat 5 times, but don't turn off the lights. Okay, not sure. I have to see the automation. What's going on with that, Chris? I don't know. There might be different things in the automation which is wrong. What happens when I change an entity's name? Will automation still work? No. No, they won't. Automations will still point to the old entity name, as far as I know. I think it depends maybe a little bit if you use YAML or not. Okay. So no, it's not because other people also say it's not. Let's change the automation. How to change the motion sensitivity? Yeah, that's what I already said. That is something that I think you can only do that on the hardware or if the sensor supports that. Oh, Tiske, you were too late. So you didn't get the thing from Lewis. Okay, but he will probably get more. He was saying actually, I was thinking yesterday, everything was sold out. It was like 2,000. He had 2,000 on that he could sell. Well, I don't know what he's paying for them, but let's say it's $50 a piece. Then 50 times 2,000, is that 100,000? I think so, right? So that's a lot of money because he's saying, yeah, I'm going to place the biggest order I ever placed. I think he posted that on Twitter. I'm not sure if it was there. It's like, oh my god! But I sure know that this took him so much time to create this thing. Everything was new for him. He never created like this. Um, what is it called? These boards, PCBs. He never did that. So everything was new. Yeah. I'll make a video on the 6 kilowatt hour. Many videos in the planning. Oh, that's cool. I'm not sure if I. Okay, I will look at that. That's cool, Vic. The road is just okay. Ping me forever. With Hammond board and background monitors, you won't call that well. I tried to give you a heads up. That's all. Oh, okay. And I am at the end of my chat. Wow. Okay. That is cool. Let's see how far the 3D print is then, because we are close to that thing. Closing up 3D print. Yeah. Look, almost there. The last bits. It's so satisfying to watch this, huh? So still 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Okay. Maybe I should do this more often, saying, okay, we're doing a stream until the 3D print is ready. And then we're going to see what it is and how it's fixed. Anyways, what I wanted to show you, which was on my list, was this. Because what I do have is I have my production environment, and I do have, this is not that. This is not that. This is also not that. This is it. So what I also have is the nightly build version. So every night there's a new build of Home Assistant, and I install that on my test environment. So this is my test environment. So you see the version is 2022.11.0 dev 2022 10.15. So that's the version of today. Just to see what is new in Home Assistant, and that I can see new things and already start, well, participating on this and seeing if there are things that I can create videos about. But yeah, how do you know what's new? Well, in Home Assistant, there is, in GitHub, there is this commits link that shows all the commits that have been made by the developers of Home Assistant. So all the things that are being committed. So you see all the changes that are being made in Home Assistant during the day. And that gives you a pretty good idea of the development and the new things. Next to that, I also have contact with some developers. I know Frank personally, so that is easy talking because we know each other in person. We work together, and so there are sometimes hints here from new things that they are working on, and then I can ask questions. Okay, what are you doing with the fully kiosk integration? What is going on with this La Metric? What does it mean, platinum integration? And that's really cool to see. You also see new things popping up, like new integrations, all kinds of stuff that's really nice. And you actually see how much there has been, how much the commits there are in a day. It's awesome. So many things that they are creating. I see Coinbase here now. Did I see Coinbase? A Coinbase sensor added. Use attributes in Coinbase sensor. So I don't know. I'll open this and then I'm going to look into the code a little bit. And then I see some things like, oh, that might be interesting. Yeah, you need to know a little bit about how code works, but it gives you quite some information on new things that will be there in Home Assistant. And to be honest, I think Home Assistant is going to fly in the next the next 2 years. All the things that are happening now, so many people that are starting to ask questions about what is this Home Assistant? How does it work? It's really cool. It's really cool. Okay, so back to it's there. Look at that. My printer finished. My printer finished because the print head is now over here and my print is somewhere over there. So I think I need to go into the other room in a moment. Not yet because it's still too hot. See, the bed is still 50 degrees. Bed is still 50 degrees, so we have to wait until it cools down a little bit. And then I can take it off and can show you guys in person what came out of it and if it works. So that's a nice ending of the stream. And we actually produced something. So we still need a little bit of time there. So yeah, I wanted to show the commits. That is what I already did, and I had something else to show. And somebody saying the Sky Connect stick looks good. Yes, that looks actually very good. The Sky Connect stick. I pre-ordered it already. That is going to be a game changer. I really believe that will be a big thing. So if you don't have the Sky Connect yet, see if you can get one. Not sure where you can. Let's see where you can order it. There were some different stories. What is it? Yeah, I'll show you. So this is a Sky Connect. And the Sky Connect is a Zigbee stick, but it's not only doing Zigbee, but also Matter and Thread. So, and what the great thing is that it has Zigbee and Thread concurrent on a single chip. So you don't need two separate chips for that. It runs in parallel, and that's really cool. Because you can, yeah, indeed, that's what Vic is saying. So you can order it already, pre-order it. You have to find a shop in your neighborhood where you want to pre-order it. I did it in Sweden because I thought Sweden is close by, but now I also see that Denmark also has it. And yeah. So yeah, thanks, Vic. That's right. I was not totally correct about how I pronounced that. So yeah, and it's not one button scene switcher. Great, Philip. I think it's not that expensive. 32 euros. I thought that's okay. Um, there are different stores. Mary Droid. I ordered my blue at a Mary Droid, but I was not really happy in how they handled it at that moment. So um, oh, so I wouldn't go to a Mary Droid again. But yeah, that's just up to you. And it was of course only uh, my experience. So it might be that. Great, Vic. Thanks, man. Um, yeah. So this is actually I was thinking about the Zigbee dongle E to change that to replace it by the Zigbee dongle P, because I also have the dongle P because of some of the issues that I had. But now that I only have issues with this old IKEA button remote, 5-button remote, I think I will just wait until I get this Sky Connect. And I know, as a matter of fact, that it is also possible. Well, when I get the Sky Connect, I know it is. As far as I've read about it, it is totally integrated with ZHA. It will probably also work with Zigbee to MQTT. But I know it's now also possible to create a backup in Zigbee to MQTT and restore this in ZHA. The you can. I had contact with Frank last week about it, and he said that he knew somebody who did that and that it worked. But the downside is that ZHA exposes different um, triggers than Zigbee to MQTT. So probably you have to go through all your automations and change the triggers there. That, that's a little a bit of a pain to do. So 41. Let's just wait a little bit more until the bed cooled off more. It should not take that long because it's quite cold in the room where my printer is. But yeah, that's Sky Connect is a really nice thing. I think yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, and yeah, I'm so wondering how Home Assistant would look in 2 years. I hope I will be able to create weekly videos the upcoming 2 years. Yeah, you're right, Vic. Sky Connect is managed by Nabukasa. Yeah, that is a huge benefit, of course. So I would say if you are up to buying a new stick, then yeah, then wait for this. I'm not really sure how long it will take until it will be available. Actually, what expected? Let's see. It's a brilliant idea. The thing is, with Home Assistant, and when it started, there were a lot of very technical guys working on it. Still do. There's still a lot of technical guys working on it, but also working with it. And I strongly believe that's what I do. I'm not focusing on the people that are very technical, because most of them already know how to do things earlier than I do. I'm trying to close the gap between people that are not technical, to get them into Home Assistant and to get them to set up their automations and all the basic stuff that is needed. And most of those people are not even into do-it-yourself projects. But I really would like to have, that Home Assistant gets a lot of new people from that are not so technical start working with it, because I think that's the majority of the people on this planet that that can really help to grow this platform. It's awesome. Oh, I'm not patient enough for this printing thing. Shall I just look and see? Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can take it off the bed, and see if I can, well, if I can get a 3D print. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel. Yes, it's here. There's a lot of stringing going on, so I do have to clean it up a bit. So I'm doing that now. But look at this. Hello, I'm an axolotl. Look how cool that is. Can you see it? There's a lot of stringing here. Wow. So this is what we did during the stream. We printed this puppy. Well, I actually was already printing it. It's not. Wait, maybe I can show it like this. Yeah. Now you now you see better how the colors work with it. It's Magic PLA. Yeah, I think it was even more than 10 hours. Let's see how long it printed. Print time, 11 hours. 11 hours was it? It was. But it's quite a nice thing. Really cool. See how these colors. That is Magic PLA from 3D Jake. I do have, there is a lot of stringing here, but anyways, and it's totally, I mean, it's totally useless. It's fun, but it's not really needed. It's actually very nice. Look at that. Look those colors, man. Wow. Okay. Well, that is so cool. Now let's see if I can do one more thing. That's always a challenge. If this works. Yeah, this time it works immediately. So this is my last thing for today. This is these are the credits for you guys, all of you who stayed here, who supported me. I've been here for 4 hours. Oh my God. I've been talking for 4 hours. It's amazing. It's the first time that I did that. Normally it's like 2 hours. Still, during the time, I got some new members, which is really nice. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. It means a lot to me, and it's really fun. I will try to do this in 2 weeks again. So I'm trying to do this every 2 weeks. Not sure if it will be for 4 hours next time, because 4 hours is like a half a work day. It's gigantic. I don't think I can sleep. I have so much energy now. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Oh, everything is going. There's a lot of things going on here. I'm not sure why. So yeah, I will see you next time, and talk to you soon. Bye bye, and have a good night.